Hello, welcome to CasualEAL, Casual Esports Amateur League. This is a playoff game between Wasted Potential and Nerdy Pandas, second and third seed. This will determine who gets into the final. With me here is Shadow running the stream, and A1 Support, who is also one of the team's coaches, helping me out with casting.
What's going on, guys?
So this is an important match for the players, obviously, and it will be interesting to see how it goes down. I think this will be one of our better games. I mean, lots of the players are very good. This is an Ionian division game, and this is like a playoff for the Ionian division. There's, platinum and even a diamond player, so we'll get, pretty good gameplay.
As a quick aside, I will be jumping in and out of this call with my own team's call, the new draft, and the like. So if you hear me go dormant for a little second, that's the reason why. I'll be back as soon as possible when I'm not doing draft stuff.
And Shadow might jump in or might not, depending.
Yeah, I'll be here. We'll analyze the draft as it comes through. So I believe we're ready to get started here for the draft.
Yeah.
All right, I'm heading out.
Goodbye. Wasted Potential, getting ready for their first ban.
Yes, we have ready check.
Master Yi ban. Of course, Master Yi. Ban. Ban out.
Banned away from Yi Carry is here
Here,
from Nerdy Pandas.
yeah,
Not
with a name
surprising.
like Yi Carry is here, you're just asking for it to be banned every game. Morgana ban coming out from Nerdy Pandas.
Gangplank gets a
ban.
takeaway from
And then
Sticks and
Nerdy
Crons.
Pandas goes for the Nami ban.
Yeah, Kaleidosaurus has played a ton of Nami this split so far, so that's a very good ban that'll help try to keep the bot lane in check.
Yes. Talia ban. Okay. Their mid laner plays a bit of Talia, but I think it's more for the flex pick / wall. Jarvan looks like the first pick for Wasted Potential.
Very aggressive jungle pick. I think that means we're going to see kind of an up-tempo, heavy engage kind of play style coming out of Wasted Potential there.
Jarvan's one of the true divers of League. He goes all in consistently and can, build damage or tank. But he goes all in, and actually his ultimate makes it so he can't leave. And the other target can't leave. So he is basically able to force a 1v1 similar to Mordekaiser or Camille. But the ranged attacks can come through. Braum for Nerdy Pandas and Varus picked. So they picked out their bot lane. Braum Varus is a pretty solid CC base.
Yeah, that's a real nice wombo combo. Not quite as effective at stacking the Braum passive as someone like Lucian, but Varus gets a lot of attack speed bonuses when he kills minions and stuff. So
Caitlyn and maybe the Yuumi come through. That's interesting.
it is a Yuumi.
Yuumi
So
comes through.
all right, now Yuumi was just recently nerfed. She lost a lot of her
Yeah,
effectiveness off of her Q, so I'm very interested to see how that'll work out for them.
Yuumi is one of those solo queue champions that kind of trolling if playing, but Yuumi has seen some more use in
I guess,
in Steel because of its safety.
yeah, and my guess is the her ulti is still just a mile wide and half the map long. So my guess
And
is they're still using
Amumu
it for
for
that.
Nerdy Pandas that they're going for a wombo combo, clearly. Varus from Amumu. They're going to team fight and wombo combo the enemy team. Okay? So that's now they're banning. And Cassio, no, they didn't ban. They were going to ban Cassiopeia, but didn't click it in time.
Yeah,
Well.
I'm watching the client to see what that is.
Aren't they not allowed to do that for playoffs? Don't if you not ban. Scattercat got onto the we were playing.
Yeah, it
They
looks like.
banned it. Wasted potential banned the CasualEAL.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
It looks like must have been a message passed back and forth in game somewhere. Probably a handshake. Pro Draft sometimes does some bizarre things, so probably what that was.
And Shen banned from Nerdy Pan, preventing that ultimate potential to save
Yeah,
the
Zella,
Caitlyn.
the top laner for Wasted Potential, has played a lot of Shen this split, so that's a very good ban for them.
And Nico ban coming out for Wasted Potential. Nerdy Panda's mid laner's main pick. Makes sense.
Yeah, these are all some really quality bans here. They take away a lot of different play styles with a lot of different
Style.
utility. Um,
Yeah.
so I
Those
think
are
this is a quality pick and ban cycle so far.
definitely. Definitely. And Fiora coming out for Nerdy Pandas. They have their Wombo combo and now they want their split pusher. And Wasted Potential, Ornn? Ornn into Fiora. Yes, they are going to play an Ornn into a Fiora.
Well, I think that follows more into their heavy engage thing. You'll have the Ornn Horn to try to stun a lot of them, Jarvan jumping
Yes.
in, and then the Yumi follow up. So I think that's what they're going for right there.
And
Oh, and look at that Galio
Yeah,
wombo. That
Gallia. Jarvan jumps in and Gallia out.
it does not take a degree, an advanced degree, to figure out what their team's trying to do there.
Wombo combo.
I mean, if they
In
pull it
fact,
off,
that's
that
kind of
is
what
going to
both teams
look.
are trying to do. They're trying to, chain a bunch of ults together and
Mm-hmm.
kill the enemy team.
And when that works well, man, that is going to be beautiful, and it's going to be really hard to counter.
Dirty Pandas, are they going to go for an Akali into a Galio? Yeah, the Akali.
That is a nice. I like that pick. That's a bold skill check right there. And
Yeah.
if Akali can get ahead, that is going to do a lot of work for Nerdy Pandas.
No, I'm used to lower elo where Akali is trolling because no one can play Akali properly. But these are, platinum players. They should have at least decent mechanics, hopefully.
All right, well, we're moving into the client draft here, so we'll make sure that we see where everyone's going.
Looks like pretty traditional comps, but there might be something weird going on.
Yeah, you never know these days. You can see a lot of different things, but I think we pretty much know where everyone's going.
Yeah, there's not a lot of flex picks used.
I'll come back stronger.
This isn't a men's women's torment game where they just play a bunch of stuff and shove it into random positions to confuse the opponents.
Yeah, they banned Shen, so we can't see the River Shen here in this game. That's unfortunate.
No River Shen, no Yasuo Riven bot lane.
Picks are coming through, I think pretty much is where we expected them.
Yes. But can the Fiora be stopped is the question, I think. Like if they have to send their whole team to go kill the Fiora, it's going to be problematic.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting question. I think Ornn
I
is
think the
clearly going
Fiora
to.
might be able to kill the Ornn later into the game without losing any HP.
I think the early game though is where the struggle is going to be where it might be in Ornn's favor because a couple early armor items on Ornn is going to delay Fiora's power. So I would expect that they might try to put a lot of jungle pressure up there to try and get Fiora
Yeah.
ahead. Because if she gets ahead, then
That
they
might
have,
be
yeah, then
a
that's
huge
going to open up.
advantage.
That'll open up the split push for them.
But a behind Fiora isn't really good for.
So I go.
Regardless, though, the split push, if they have to put Ornn over there to stop her, I think that's already kind of a big win because Ornn's ultimate is one of
Isn't
the
doing anything else, just sitting under tower,
yeah,
stopping the Fiora from taking it.
and that's a big engage tool removed for wasted potential. So I like the
Yeah.
pick. I like the strategy if that's what they're going for there. I think it's going to come down to who gets ahead in lane to determine
Yeah. The
what the
Galio will have
success
Ignite
for.
into Akali's teleport, so Hot Honey might be able to pick up an early kill with the Ignite advantage. The Caitlyn is not going for the teleport, so they're going for full combat sums
That's actually kind of an
on Yumi.
interesting decision since Yumi's there going to be healing
Yeah,
non-stop.
Yumi could take, heal and Ignite, and then Caitlyn could go for the teleport, but that doesn't appear to be what they're doing. They
Well,
appear to be going for.
I think the exhaust makes sense because you've got an Akali in the game. If she comes in, you want to try to slow her down,
Yeah.
limit her damage and her mobility a little bit. So I get the exhaust.
And somebody does have to ignite the Fiora. Or inflict grievous wounds somehow. Man, Ornn could probably start with an early Bramble Vest, and that would shut down Fiora a bit early game. And even late game potential, but still.
Yeah,
40% of your max HP is true damage. Really sucks on any champion.
yeah, I would expect Bramble Vest to be a very early pickup on Ornn. All right, and we're into the spectator delay,
Yes.
and we
It
have
is kind of disappointing that spectator delay wasn't done away with at the point during League's history.
yeah, we have A1 support back in chat with us. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It looks like we have really two quality drafts coming out here from both teams. Very identifiable strengths and game plans from each team.
Any
Yeah.
questions about draft? I did a lot of thought about this.
Well, we see exactly what wasted potential is doing here. There's a big wombo on the top half of that map. So
Front to back team fighting. Here we go.
yeah, if they pull this off, man, it is gonna be beautiful to watch.
Yeah. So, yeah. Any other questions about draft, or because I did a lot of research for both sides.
Well, I think what Nerdy Pandas is looking to do obviously is split push with the Fiora, and between Amumu and Braum, kind of have that four-person self-contained fighting unit to try to absorb a lot of pressure in mid or a different side lane. Curious to see how that's going to work and what your thoughts are on the individual lane matchups.
So individually, when we knew that their top laner and their mid laner are probably their two strongest players individually when it comes to matchups. So we had our solo laners for our last two picks. So we picked Ornn because it is out of our top laners champion pool. It's probably one of the safest blind pick potential matchups out of anything. Or sorry, we counterpicked the Fiora with Ornn because Fiora was picked first. Because our top laner is a very tank heavy player. So Ornn is a very, very good champion. He's a very sleeper champion. I think the fact that he's not being played more is really, really unfortunate because of how good he is. And out of the champions we were considering that they hadn't banned in the Shen, for example, Ornn was the best matchup and gives us additional scaling with his items if the game were to go that late. And the Galio blind pick, I believe it is our most played mid lane champion. It is a very good very good wombo with the Jarvan, of course, being able to Jarvan ulti in with the Galio falling on for almost a guaranteed kill every time. And then we were kind of boggled with this last pick, Akali, because Galio into Akali is a really easy lane for Galio, which really, really threw us off because of if Akali drops Shroud, Galio taunts
Right.
and brings him out of Shroud.
Mhm.
So we were confused at that pick, even though it was last pick. It counter pick. This mid laner has a very deep AP mage champion pool, and to see him not bring out one of those mages to try to smash this Galio lane
The
was
Akali
really,
has
really surprising.
Conqueror.
Which is something that I don't necessarily disagree with because it has really good 1v1 potential when it goes later if she's getting these Qs off over and over again. So the Conqueror makes sense in a way. It's just in this matchup, who knows what's going to happen because I feel like this mid lane matchup could be super, super volatile depending on who gets ahead. So I'm
Definitely.
really,
And it does look like Nerdy Pandas might go for a 1-3-1 with the Akali and Fiora split pushing.
my thing about Akali and Fiora in a 1v1, Fiora will win a 1v1 versus any champion we have. Easily, hands down, no questions asked. Akali, I don't know if she necessarily beats Galio in a side lane. Which
Or
is
even beats Ornn. I think Ornn might be able to just...
depends on how I think the Ornn versus Akali in the side lane would be a skill matchup 100%. But I'm really interested. Oh,
Early Amumu
prowling
look...
projectile out from the Yumi.
Unfortunately, Prowling Projectiles slow got, and they don't catch the Amumu.
I'm a little sad
The
right
Jarvan will have jungle priority against the Amumu.
I 100% concur with that.
There's not... You can't really argue that an Amumu... I mean, maybe at level 6 with Amumu's ultimate up, but using your ultimate in a 1v1 as an Amumu is kind of a disappointment.
Yeah. Amumu's ulti, his entire purpose is to just be in the middle and ult to get this multi-man stun off, which, depending on how team fights are executed from both sides,
It's not
could be
technically a
game-changing.
stun. It's a
Is it a
root,
root?
and you can't auto-attack, which is like almost done, but not quite.
That's a very interesting difference that I did not know about.
You
Quick
can use
early
abilities with your Amumu ult. That's why Amumu is bad against Nunu. Amumu doesn't interrupt Nunu ult.
It doesn't interrupt you. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yes.
Early
Jarvan
poke
looking
coming
for a
down.
level 2 gang.
This is to be completely expected from what we've
It's
seen
a
from Morrison's
Jarvan
potential.
going to do a level 2 gang.
Going
Here
in
it comes.
possibly.
No one...
Oh, onto the heal used, ignite used, flash blown forward from the 80 carry, a Zingy, but I don't think they get first blood.
The Varus escapes with like...
The Varus escapes with heal.
And a
That's
very small...
two. Oh, trade in the mid lane. And see, this is where the Galio really excels in the matchup versus Akali. Is when she drops Shroud, it's almost telegraphed where she is when you hit the W because you get a free knockoff out of that.
And Yumi pick up an early plate.
That's what you get from this early pressure created about killing the... not killing, but pushing the...
Amumu is stealing Jarvan's blue buff.
Which is very, very smart pathing from the side of Yi carriers here.
Definitely punishing that level 2.
Trading in the mid lane. Flash expended, flash forward. That's trade in the mid lane.
A trade kill in the mid lane.
First blood does go over to the Akali, and not necessarily... The gold is still relatively even, which is really weird to me in a way, because...
The Jarvan is pathing towards Amumu's red buff. There might be another duel here. The Amumu does not see the Jarvan.
Is pulling it away, and is dropping a ward.
Jarvan wards.
Anyways,
the red buff got reset. Jarvan, the Akali and the Fiora are collapsing. So Jarvan is forced to leave. He instead...
But for this, the Akali's going to sacrifice some CS in the mid lane.
Definitely. This invade... Jarvan's invade, well, it wasn't, fruitful in getting the buff. It was fruitful in...
Spending time.
Pressure, wasting time. Although it was also wasting Jarvan's time.
Wasting two people's time is worth
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Another problem
Jarvan's
projectile
looking to
landing onto
gank
the
the
forest.
Akali, but the Akali is stuck under tower, so it's not going very well.
Small CS lead growing in the actually, depending on how well Azingi CS's these minions, will have a significant gold lead in a significant CS lead in the bottom.
Definitely.
A little bit of CS lead coming out from the Galio, the Akali into the Galio.
The Braum and Varus are
Braum
roaming
is-
up, though.
Oh, flash forward.
Lots of flashing. And
Oh, that's
the
a kill.
Varus kills the Galio.
Yeah. Level advantage for the side of
But-
Zilla, but the red buff event at one point went to the Camille. I mean, Fiora. I did not see that happen.
The Caitlyn is generating a CS lead in the Braum and Varus' absence.
And there's the kill on the top side. A little bit of an overstep from the side of Zilla. And a 1k gold lead developing for the side of Nerdy Pandas. This does somewhat resemble the second game from these two teams' first matchup, in the fact that Nerdy Pandas got into a gold lead in the top side of the map, in the top jungle and mid lane, but the difference between these games so far is that the bot lane hasn't been able to trade kills in the bot lane to keep the game close. Even though Azingi has a 15 CS lead currently, which could be reduced a little bit by depending on how well this Varus CS is the wave. And a quick reset from the side.
Jarvan is chased off by the Krugs, which Krugs are actually really hard to do on low HP. They will kill you.
They do
Sure.
indeed.
But the Jarvan is not Iron and does not die to the Krugs, giving away his
Shielded
position for
around.
everyone. There were a couple of games where like people kept dying to buff.
Really?
Yeah, some of it.
Up in the top lane, this Ornn is constructing himself 2 cloth armors to deal with this Fiora. Well, the Fiora has a full Tiamat already, and about an 11 CS lead on the top side.
I mean, the Fiora punishing the Ornn is kind of expected. The Ornn has a
finishing
Ramble
that
Vest now,
Bramble
though.
Vest. Big item for him, as it not only is effective against the Fiora in a little bit of a way, because Fiora just has so much healing, but also the Varus, and also the Akali auto attacks that she gets to regain that energy of hers. And possible trade up on the top side.
The Akali and the Fiora have both developed some CS.
I feel like the one for the Akali is a little bit of a surprise, but the two deaths for the side of Galio does not help at all. But the top side matchup, I feel, is to be expected.
Yes, Fiora pushing Ornn under turret is what you'd think.
Grand challenge initiated. Flash burn from the Fiora, and the Fiora
And the Fiora is way
overstepped.
over aggressive and dies.
burns flash, uses ultimate. Ornn uses ultimate in return. Doesn't have to burn his flash in return. Possible trade in the mid lane. Ignite the Triumph kicking in for the Akali, so it's a 1-for-0 and a solo kill for the side of Vervnev. Oh dear.
Blue team does slay the dragon.
It's only a Cloud, unfortunately for them, but it lets their rotations be a lot quicker on the map. And Cloud
The
is
Cloud Dragon actually has the highest win rate of the Drakes, so it's a bigger deal than people think it is because
It
MS
is an underestimated dragon.
out of combat MS is hugely important because it enables rotation.
It is, and in a higher elo game where people are plat and understand rotations and macro, that's just that little bit more than the average player. It is a lot more crucial. Whereas the Cloud and Iron would probably be the most useless dragon.
Yeah, but Iron people do go on these mile-long chases,
They
so
do
being
indeed.
better at these mile-long chases might be good. Like they'll run after a kill for 40 seconds instead of taking the objective.
level discrepancy in the mid lane and a little bit of a gold advantage, also building about 600 gold. Whereas, wow, it's a
Both junglers are in the mid lane. And Engage coming down.
Oh,
Galio,
sure can flip
taunts,
misses.
and Jarvan.
Jarvan ultis forward. Galio ulti used as well.
Galio
Shutdown going
kills
to the
the
side of the
Akali.
Galio, which is building AP. And that's a what?
The Fiora is collapsing. Jarvan flash. Jarvan pop.
Oh, but the bot lane is
Boom.
rotated up on the side of wasted potential as well, and that's a kill onto the Fiora. The Fiora is just rotated down for no reason to just walk in and die, and the Ornn will get a lot of free CS on the top side to try to catch up. And will probably make this gold differential in the top lane insignificant, as he's only the Fiora is only ahead about 50 gold at this point. And this gold lead is instantly collapsed to 200. Varus ulti used, and flash used from the side of the Zingy. Galio living for such a long time. Flash forward from the Varus, and it doesn't, I believe the piercing arrow just doesn't connect.
I think the piercing arrow did connect, but the Yumi healed at the same time is what it looked like.
Akali going to the mid lane, the top lane to try to take down Zilla. Just going to use everything. Does almost has a perfect execution, but doesn't die.
Jarvan is taking the Rift Herald, and he does.
Jarvan, a very effective, very, very good Rift Herald taker on his own, as is are most junglers around the level 7 mark. But all in all, that's a win for wasted potential. Oh, actually, it might not be a win for wasted potential, because Fiora is now on the bot side, solo clearing the wave and gets turret plate. Somehow, this gold lead, after being really, really close to about 500 gold, is expanded to about a 1k gold lead.
Yeah. Does coincide with some backing and other, like, back timers are important for gold leads. You're not getting gold while you're back, while you are getting gold while you're farming. So part of these small changes in gold lead do appear to be based on the back time.
Yeah. Fiora only up ahead slightly. This Amumu up ahead slightly just because of that kill to the Jarvan's 2 assists. This Akali not as far as ahead as most people would assume that she would be at this point. Trade in the mid lane. Twilight Shroud dropped. Fret about miss from the side of Hot Honey. Conqueror procced. Perfect execution used. Ignite taking down. Used forward. And that's another solo kill for the side of Vernev. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I really do. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Growling projectile lands. Chains of Corruption land onto the Varus. The Cataclysm comes down from the Jarvan. Braum is forced to flash away, but will he get away? Stopwatch used. Caitlyn puts the trap down, and that's a double kill for the side of Azingi. And the Amumu is there just to see, maybe clean up a kill him. But doesn't get it. Maybe tries to stop the Rift Herald, but doesn't get it. And the Amumu just is now trying to clear the minion wave. Rift Herald used bot side to get 2 turret plates for the side.
Amumu over-aggressive and forced to burn ult. And picked off by the Caitlyn ult.
Off the kill. And this is quickly become a gold lead for wasted potential by 700 gold. And first turret gold will also be going to the side of Caitlyn and the Yuumi. Oh, Gunblade down. Gunblade down.
Gold lead right there off of that play.
Hot Honey chunks down this Akali to half health. Post used on the top side. Ornn just auto attacking, getting that grass proc, and well, Ornn isn't losing the side lane.
He has a level advantage because he stayed in lane while Fiora ran off.
Yeah, but this Cloud Dragon will go to the side of Nerdy Pandas, and then Drakes will be tied 1-1, Cloud to Cloud.
Really even game so far.
Really, really even game, but it's slowly a 1.5k gold lead. 1.5k gold lead has a mass for the side of wasted potential, and this Caitlyn is 4-0.
Chasing down the Fiora with red buff.
And gets Fiora to get chased off the turret. A level lead in the mid lane. I don't know if Hot Honey wants to be taking many more fights. And the Ornn has TP'd bot side and takes the Braum passive. Winter's... Actually, what is Braum's passive called?
Winter's Bite?
That's his Q.
What is this passive called?
It's
Call of the Freljord?
Call of the Isn't that Nunu?
No. No, Nunu does not have Call of the Freljord.
Isn't that his Isn't that Nunu's pass? I swear that's Nunu's
No, it's
Flash
Blood Boil.
Wait, isn't that old Nunu?
No, he kept his...
Ooh,
this is
Flash
Galio.
used by Eukarya is here. And this
Jarvan.
Jarvan can't win this because there's two people coming. Chains of Corruption used from the Varus. And you're just gonna try to kill this Orin. And doesn't get it, but in the end,
Braum is not chased.
Stopwatch used, and that's quintessential. Styx and Krons gets taken out and just runs into die yet again, and this Braum does make it. Braum and Varus make it out of his life, but overall, that is a 2 for 2, and better for the side of waste potential because the Caitlyn got yet another kill.
This Caitlyn is getting fed and getting time alone with power.
And yet again, we see a Zinky on masterclass of AD carries within this league, seemingly on a completely different level. Arnav uses Gunblade.
Isn't a Zingy the Diamond player?
Yes, he is.
Okay, well that would make sense. It's like Diamond 2.
He is.
And everyone else is flat, so...
Oh!
Clutch a Mumu wall.
Clutch a Mumu wall. What is a Mumu
Galio...
countdown timer? Like, what is that? I swear he just used it in that last skirmish, and he has it.
Runes. Does Mumu have Ultimate Hunter?
It's 150 seconds. It's 150 seconds right now. That's 2.5 minutes, and somehow he added up again. There's no way that last fight where he used ulti was 2.5 minutes ago. Anyways, that goal lead instantly come back. Who got that shutdown? Akali gets the shutdown. Oh dear. And this exchange on the top side, Styx and Kron is trying to go onto this Orin, but I don't think he wins this right now. He really doesn't. Orin just so tanky with these Ninja Tabby and Bramble Vest. As well as the Bomby Cinder slowly ticking down on him.
Orin's soloing
combo
is really underappreciated. His ability to 1v1 people because of all the max HP damage.
Yes, this is very much true, and all the extra damage he gets from his Bellows Breath, his W, because of all the armor he's building, and that Sunfire Cape is now on completion and is 1 level away from the upgrade.
Yes. Once Orin gets his upgraded items, he gets a truly awesome amount of HP.
Mumu taking the red buff, not sure if that's necessarily the correct call macro-wise to give your Mumu, regardless of how well he's doing, the red buff. And is that a... Okay, it is a Cinderhulk. Cinderhulk and Runic Echoes look very similar. But that is a Haunting Guise coming up from a Mumu. Not a bad item because it gives him AP and HP, which are two very important stats on a Mumu. Interesting to see him go even with all this damage from Akali from the magic side. And you can see the... Oh! Well.
Forrest hits stopwatch by accident?
That's unlucky. That is very unfortunate.
The Akali does not catch accident.
The Akali hits the Shuriken flip but does nothing more with it. Yumi clearing out some wards. Doing a very good job. 1-0-5 so far in this game. Very respectable. Somehow the AD from the side of Nerdy Pandas is down in levels to his own support. Which is interesting to me. Oh, Amumu ulti missing. Amumu ulti miss. Oh, does Honey get a solo kill in the backline? No, he doesn't. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The Akali goes down and both mid laners are down.
Amumu ulti comes through.
Oh my days, the damage from this Varus but the Orin Horde coming in huge. Double kill from the side of the Orin. And this Varus is popping off, but the Orin has gone off even harder. And that is a 4-for-2 for the side of wasted potential.
This Orin is now downright fed.
And I don't think he's killable at this point.
Especially once he gets his infernal math. Once he
which
gets that, he won't be able to die
I
to
don't,
Akali either.
I think he would be able to win it in the side lane against Akali, and
And the Fiora. I mean, I think
the
Ornn.
Fiora.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the
this
Ornn
Ornn is.
might be able
I
to
think this Ornn is literally unstoppable, and the Jarvan picks up the Infernal Dragon. Wow,
getting his
that
team that crucial.
getting this team that more AP damage. But this AD carry from the side of Wasted Potential has been getting caught out a little bit. And this Amumu Yi carry is here, not on Yi, but is kind of carrying this game and keeping this game alive, I would think.
Definitely. Multiple. I think like 2 or 3 many person Amumu ults.
Back to back, picking off the Caitlyn especially, and getting all this
Is this
damage.
Galio going to get caught? No. Well,
Does the
no,
bandage
he's
dodge
not.
come out? No, I don't believe
Not
it
get caught.
does. Ornn split pushing on the bottom side, but has a TP advantage over the Fiora for the time being. Could Wasted Potential make a play.
Amumu and the Braum and Varus are grouped up top lane. Akali is mid.
35 seconds on the Fiora TP. There's no flanking wards, unfortunately, for the side of Wasted Potential, but the Jarvan ulti goes in, gets the flash onto the Braum. Wow. I'm stumbling over my words. Hard to hear today. The Caitlyn flash used from the Amumu, but guess what? The Yumi's there too, so they're going to pick it off anyways. The Yumi most likely an attack auto attack range. The Kaylee Taurus
picking off the cleanup duty. And the Jarvan is starting Baron.
Looks at the Baron. It was a clean take, 3 for nothing. And a Wasted Potential cannot be contested because Fiora and Akali are both on the bot side of the map. Just have to make sure that no one dies to this. And I don't think they will.
Galio is getting low. He's going to have to back. He can't tank it. He's going to die.
But Yumi healing to keep them alive. But that control word and that one brush over there could be giving them an inkling, but I just don't think anyone could get there in time for on the side of Dirty Pandas to make it worth their while.
Baron taken.
Wasted Potential with the Baron decisively about 5k up now. And this Ornn don't think can be 1v1 in the side lane. But a 2v1 with the Varus, I think the Varus is the only way that you can kill this Ornn with all of his, I guess it's max percentage HP damage from his path.
His max percentage HP damage, and we're to the point Ornn's HP total. I think that's more of the barrier to victory.
There's a catalyst of Aeons from the side of Ornn, Zilla.
Getting
that builds into Roa and Mask, right?
Yes, and Ornn gets Super Mask, which is like he literally gets 1,800 free gold from his better mask.
Yeah.
It's like way better than all the other Ornn items for some reason.
And now it's time to watch one of the saddest things to me in League of Legends. Akali trying to clear Baron minions. It's very sad to watch. I've seen it many a times.
Yes, this Ornn he has his Infernal Mask, he has his Forge Fire Cape.
And guess what? Caitlyn has the item that you're going to upgrade.
Yes.
In the Infinity Edge. EQ combo coming in from the Jarvan. Amumu only getting a solo ulti. Chains of Corruption coming in from the Varus, but an absolute wombo combo from the side of Wasted Potential going in. Everybody's dying. That's a trade kill onto the Jarvan, but the Jarvan is not the biggest problem in the team. 6 Kron's trying to go in, get a kill, and that is a quadra kill with a side of Hot Honey on Wasted Potential on the Galio. 8, 6, and 7. Started a little bit behind, got solo killed a couple times, but is that really irrelevant when you're the person getting the quadra kill? I think not. This game has ballooned to a huge gold lead of 8,000 gold. And the wombo combo from the side of Wasted Potential fighting in the jungle was not a great idea. The Amumu using ulti way too early and just doesn't get any work done.
Are they gonna be able to end the game here?
Luden's Pulse finished for
It doesn't look like it. They're not gonna be able to end the game, but they were able to clear out an inhibitor in one of the base turrets.
This is true. They're just going to reset, most likely, and look to push either the top lane or bot lane and let the mid wave push to victory and win one more team fight. This game is over. That is awkward.
Yeah, it is. Is one of them tilting? Or are they just, fans?
I wish we could see who it was.
Yeah,
but I don't
we can't.
think we can.
We just know that it failed.
This is true. Guardian procced from the side of the volcanic rupture. And I'm just gonna look at the level discrepancy. Level 14 to level 12 in the top lane. Level 13 to level 11 in the jungle. Level 13 to level 13 in the mid lane. So not as big of a discrepancy. Level 13 to level 11 and level 12 to level 11. And we might not have. I caught it quickly, but I didn't make any mention of it. The Luden's Pulse completed for the side of Galio from the Ornn, and the Molten Edge for the Caitlyn. Their
Yes.
team fight is absolutely insane, and the Caitlyn buying a QSS just for that Amumu ulti, I'm just sure.
Yes, definitely.
Picking up the
Do
red
you
buff as
think
well.
that Ornn will be improved by the better top lane experience? Will Ornn become like a better tank champion? He's going like
Ornn,
aftershock
Ornn
debuff,
is a
conquer.
Ornn is an insane champion. Like the fact that it isn't played more in pro is insane. I don't understand it. Like Wonder was absolutely smashing kids on that champion against, I think it was Griffin. Like it was insane. Not today, but on day 2 of Worlds, I believe. Like this Ornn pick is mental. But one interaction I have yet to see is that the Braum can stuff the Ornn engage, if done correctly. If you don't know what I'm referring to, Braum's unbreakable, his E, his shield, if placed, because the Ornn horn comes from away, let's say the Ornn ults from the behind them, if the Braum holds the shield up towards the Ornn horn, the Ram does not come through his shield and
Yes.
stuffs the engage. And I've
Yeah.
yet to see that from the side of Vision Lord. Maybe it's because Ornn isn't the person initiating these team fights, but
No, it does not. Ornn has not initiated a team fight. It's been Jarvan or Miyamumo.
Flash ulti forward from the side of Verna, but this absolutely gets chunked down, and there's an absolute wombo combo. Nothing's going to happen. No damage is coming through. No one is going to be dying from the side of Wasted Potential. Not one of them goes super,
Does
super
Hot
low,
Honey go
except for
down?
Hot Honey on this
No.
third shot. They just have to wait for the minion wave to come in. This Fiora just has to go clear mid lane minions, and Wasted Potential just
Have a
needs to
chance
end
to
this
end the
game.
game.
Cool. The countdowns are 15 seconds on the Braum, 17 on the Amumu, with the 20 seconds on the carries, which is quintessential. And I just think this game is over. I believe Wasted Potential has gone up 1-0 in the semifinals of the Ionia division in the playoffs. And that is GG, Game 1, Wasted Potential. Ornn is unkillable. Jarvan with a huge team fight. Galio with a huge follow-up. Caitlyn with the damage, and the Yuumi just being an obnoxious cat like we all know she is.
Yes. Yumi finishing the chase down and, of course, unleashing Yumi ult, the most annoying thing to try to engage through.
And there was one character in that game on the side of Wasted Potential that didn't have an item from Ornn upgraded. And it wasn't the Yuumi, it was the Jarvan.
Did Jarvan not build a upgradable item? What did
I
he
don't
have?
think he did.
No,
Titanic, and
you,
I believe, no, he's not, that Titanic's not upgradable. I don't
no.
know what he would
That,
have built, to be honest.
yeah, I don't think Jarvan builds Ornn. So
I mean, I would honestly, I think jungle upgrades should get Ornn items, but that's just my opinion. Because I think that would make junglers a lot better with Ornn.
no, I think Ornn's buff, giving him the items a level earlier, was actually a more significant buff than it
Than
at
everybody
first.
thought it was. All right. Well, that was a good first game from the side of Wasted Potential. A very good early game from the side of Nerdy Pandas, but just failed to capitalize later on in the game.
Yes. Despite some really good Amumu,
Yeah,
at least at the beginning, but later on, some of them were bad, and I think that like Amumu ult is just so important that it has to be good every time for the champion to be utilized to its fullest potential.
alrighty. So I'm gonna dip, talk to my team,
Yeah.
and hopefully game 2, maybe we get a series on our hands. Who knows?
Not really. Some nice mechanical displays. Lots of team fights with lots of cool animations. No real final thoughts though.
Yeah, it was a good game. They kept it close for a while, but I think the Wombo combo from Wasted Potential came through a couple times towards the end, and we saw exactly what their team was built for. And unfortunately, Nerdy Pandas didn't have an answer for it. So we're going to take a short intermission here, and we'll come back when Game 2 is ready to roll, and we'll see what adjustments each team makes. Stick around, guys.
Welcome back, CasualEAL viewers, to the second game between Nerdy Pandas and Wasted Potential. Despite a close early game, Wasted Potential was able to deliver a few key wombo combos to close out the game, netting them a win. Will this next game determine the fate of these matches, or will it go to game 3? Then the first game was really interesting. Both teams drafted teamfight comps, but the Ornn came in clutch from Wasted Potential,
Yeah, I think.
being able to deliver huge amounts of max HP damage while building up his special items to become basically unkillable later part of that game, especially with the Varus being a bit behind.
All right, we're we're headed into draft for game 2. We already have quick Nami Yumi bans out from Nerdy Pandas.
I don't have pro draft.
One
Can I have that?
second. 1 second, I'll get that to you. Sorry about that. Wasted Potential returning with Master Yi and Gangplank bans. Again, really high priority picks for Nerdy Pandas, so not surprised to see those ones there.
None of these bans are really surprising. They're really Nerdy Pandas just goes to ban out the supports for Wasted Potential. And they miss a ban. Wasted Potential does. I don't know whether that's like Nerdy Pandas picks Caitlyn and Wasted Potential goes for the Kaisa.
Yeah, it looks like they picked away the Caitlyn from Zingy, so he went to Kaisa, which is another one of his most commonly
And
played
then it looks like a
champs.
Janna coming through. Janna is a really good champion that's underutilized. Brand countering the Janna for Nerdy Pandas. Good counter pick. Janna really can't peel off a Brand because Brand is ranged. But the Brand is really vulnerable to gank. He really can't do anything about being jumped on by jungler and dying. And the Shaco coming through for Nerdy Pandas, is it? No, Shyvana.
Oh,
Shyvana.
I was excited. I thought maybe we'd get to see a Shaco on this patch with all
No, we
his
get to see a
changes.
Shyvana, which is primarily known for level 4ing the dragon, like Udyr. That's the whole point of the level 4 the dragon. Wasted Potential going for the Jarvan.
Yeah, why mess with what worked? I mean, that Jarvan won them a number of fights,
Yes,
and set up the
and they
wombo
didn't ban
combo.
it, so why not pick the Jarvan? Jarvan's also just kind of a solid pick, and they know what they're picking into. There's no reason not to pick the Jarvan. And ganking a Brand, Caitlyn should be reasonably easy, especially killing the Brand. Like the Caitlyn might be able to get away, but the Jarvan can just kind of farm the Brand out if it wants. Brand lacks an escape tool.
All right.
Nerdy Pandas bans the Galio, Wasted Potential bans the Talia, which is again interesting. I guess they just really don't want that wall coming. And Wasted Potential going for the Nika ban. Shen ban coming through for Nerdy Pandas. Wasted Potential, are they going for the Ornn?
They're hovering it. Are they going to do it? Or are they just teasing us?
Yeah. Are they actually gonna pick Ornn? Man, why not pick Ornn? Yeah, they picked Ornn.
All right. Yeah. I mean, again, why mess with the things that worked last time? They still have their mid lane pick here. Now they don't have the Galio available for the 3 ult wombo combo, but you still got.
They should be able to get a good ultimate from somewhere else in mid lane.
Yeah, you've still got a lot of potential
Darius.
here.
Ooh, that Ornn. Trouble. Darius. The bane of tanks. A champion built to destroy tank meta and prevent it from occurring again, especially with his recent tune-up and Twisted Fate.
Ooh, the Twisted Fate. Is that what going to come out? I
Yes,
like what Nerdy Pandas is doing here. they've upped the damage across the board, and with Twisted Fate able to show up at a second's notice and quickly give a numbers advantage, I think it looks like they're going to try to pick some early fights before they
And
start grouping as
wasted
5.
potential looks like, are they going for the Azir? Yeah, going for the Azir. Probably for the push potential against the Twisted Fate, and for that glorious late game ultimate, shoving off the Darius and Shyvana could be really impactful. Just getting them off the Kaisa and allowing her to do that deep important DPS.
There's always another wave.
I think they all are going in their regular positions. I don't think there's anything fancy gonna come out here.
More of a dog person, huh?
Who do you think has generated a drafting advantage?
Well, I like what Nerdy Pandas has tried here, right? Their comp last time, they were trying for the split push, um, the 4-1
And
comp,
Flip
and
Pusher got behind and it just didn't work.
yeah, Ornn was able to shut that down too hard. Now the Akali worked out well in mid lane, I think a lot better than we anticipated it. But I like what Nerdy Pandas did. They had a strategy before, it didn't work, so they've shifted gears, they've upped the damage a little bit, and
Yeah, all of these champions
improved.
able to generate lots of damage on the side of Nerdy Pandas. Not a ton of CC, but definitely lots of damage.
Yeah, well, that's what Twisted Fate's for. He's going to be there to gold card, um,
The
and
carry.
yeah, well,
Gold card the Kaisa.
anyone whoever he can get a hold of. Now on the wasted potential side, they still have a lot of their
Wombo combo.
yeah, they still have the important Wombo combo with Ornn and Jarvan setting up. As you can see, there's Nazir and the Kaisa. So there's a lot of CC that they'll have to work with.
And Janna Tornado follow-up CC. Like if you're getting stuck in Jarvan ult or knocked up by Orange, Janna should have a free tornado to elongate the period at which the enemy team gets to stand up in the air.
So I go.
Nice. That I do like the Janna pick for the follow-up CC, and the Janna could potentially peel off the Twisted Fate
Yeah, like
if he drops in on the Kai'Sa or something, or the Shyvana, or Darius. I mean, Darius probably won't be getting past the front line, but he'll probably just try to, go to town on the Ornn Jarvan. Everybody going to their regular positions. The Kai'Sa has cleanse,
so.
Twisted Fate. Is the Kai'Sa going to go through with cleanse? I'm not sure. Like, the Janna still has Ignite. Going for a no-heal bot lane, I still think is a bad choice. Just leaves you really vulnerable in the 2v2.
All right, so headed here into the spectator delay, which will start shortly. Is there a lane that you think Nerdy Pandas affected dramatically? Right, they've got a basically completely new comp. Which lane do you think improved the most, or potentially went uh, fell behind the most?
The Darius into the Ornn improved the most. That matchup is awful for Ornn. I mean, Darius just, all that armor becomes essentially irrelevant. The Conqueror and just the armor penetration off of Darius. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Darius, by the time the Ornn gets all those important armor items, the Darius will have, 45% armor pen. That's
But
just.
does it matter if it's Ornn?
How much armor can Ornn stack, and how much armor can Darius shred? These questions and more will be answered in about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah,
Pretty
definitely.
much. My bet is on Ornn stacks too much armor and Darius doesn't shred through him.
Maybe, but
Unless, wait,
Darius.
is this bleed percent HP?
I think it's just a
No.
flat number, I think.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Then no way.
No, I think it's flat damage. And I mean, I think the Ornn might have enough HP, but I mean, Darius gets a huge amount of AD from. I mean, he gets up to 100, 200 free AD off of 5 stacking the Ornn, and he has that huge true damage execute.
Yeah. All I'm
Which
saying,
if he's able to 5 stack the Ornn, he can then 5 stack everyone else. He can flash onto the Kai'Sa 5 stacker and just.
all I'm saying is that from a draft perspective, not only did they triple banned our support, which
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
I don't know why.
whatever, whatever. But this is
Your
the first
support must be
time
really
our
good.
AD carry. This is we're reaching for picks here. I'm gonna be honest. She has 400 something games on Nami, and then maybe 10 on Yumi and 10 on Morgana. So we're reaching pretty far down in the pocket here. I'm gonna be honest. But this is the first time, essentially, our Kai'Sa one trick got us Kai'Sa in this tournament.
Ooh. Yeah.
Our
Diamond
our
Diamond
Diamond 2
Kai'Sa one for
ADT.
getting to play Kai'Sa. I expect some beautiful Kai'Sa moves here.
And without gassing them too much, you will.
I mean, it's a Diamond Kai'Sa player who's, one trick. I expect, mechanical mastery from most Diamond players.
I do as well. I'm interested
They're really
in
on the hook for, not screwing up their mechanics.
yeah. So for me, I'm the last time these two teams played, Nerdy Pandas and Wasted Potential, Darius got picked in the second game. It was Darius into Shen, however, not Darius into Ornn. And the Shen ended up winning the lane. Zilla won the lane from 1 or 2 ganks, and then he just snowballed, and then Shen couldn't be killed by the Darius.
No,
Because
Shen
of
into
how
Darius is a much better matchup than you think it is. It's a tank into Darius, so he loses. No, because he W's out
Twilight
Darius's
Shroud.
auto. Yeah, and his taunt, he can just escape from the Darius. If Darius pulls him in, he just escapes.
So I have a lot of questions about this draft for both sides. For me, if Darius snowballs against this Ornn, this Darius will be a very big problem. My next point: what is this Shyvana build? We don't know. Considering he's Conqueror, I'm gonna say he's leaning towards an AD or tank variant. That's what my thought is.
The
And
tank with Titanic. I mean, that'd be
and
my guess.
and for me, my question's now been answered because I didn't look at the room before. PTA means it's AD Twisted Fate. And because of this, if this Shyvana doesn't go AP, the only source of AP is the support brand, which, keep in mind, does hell of damage, and I hate playing against support brand. Why does it exist? Stick to mid lane, please. Anyways,
Brand is an awful mid laner because he's really easy to kill.
he's
So he
really
plays support because hopefully your AD carry can act as a better target.
and then steals all the kills and then carries the game, which is hella annoying.
Brand does not act like a typical support. He acts like somebody who does a bunch of percent max HP damage, who wanted a lane with a better target to get nailed instead of just killing the Brand over and over again. Because Brand mid is just super vulnerable to gank. As someone who likes ganking mid laners who play Brand, it's kind of free kills.
So my
Brand
big
sort of looks like a bag of 300 gold sitting out there in the mid lane.
All right, so my biggest question about this game, or this early game, is how is the Shyvana going to path? Because Shyvana's pathing can very much dictate how this early game goes and how quickly she hits level 6. And depending on how your pathing goes, also changes how much XP you're getting in certain camps. Because if you didn't know, I learned this today, that depending if you are up or down in levels, even if you don't know if you're up or down in levels, your Krug camp can give significantly less experience if you are a level ahead of the enemy jungler.
Yes. good old catch-up experience dependent on which camp you do. The
Red buff
Shyvana's gonna steal
kicking
blue
down
buff because the Jarvan ganked top. This is exactly what happened last
last
time,
game.
and this is kind of what you would expect to have happen because Jarvan loves ganks. Well,
So for me,
what?
what's really curious about this? Oh, Darius hitting level 2 first and getting a trade, but the Jarvan's up here
Jarvan is
again.
still there, and they're gonna go vertical jungling, I believe.
I would hope they would go vertical jungling.
The Shyvana's caught, but yeah, the Shyvana is caught, and the
Right onto the
Kai'Sa picks
Kai'Sa.
up first blood.
And that's a first blood on the Kai'Sa. That's double buffs onto a Kai'Sa. This bot lane has changed dramatically. This is a lane that, in theory, this Kai'Sa loses because Kai'Sa's not the most dominant early laner. But with this kill and this double buff in hand, this lane has instantly changed
The
dramatically.
Caitlyn is able to pick up a plate, which does help out. Does help ameliorate the goal difference a little
Jarvan
bit.
is
but-
still top side,
Yes, he hasn't left top lane.
which is every top laner's worst nightmare.
But the
And
Darius isn't dead yet, so
Darius isn't dead yet, but it is relieving some of the pressure from this Ornn to give him a little bit of an easier time in laning phase. But
the Ornn does have some breathing room, which he wouldn't have normally. But the Darius isn't even low yet. You'd kind of
He isn't.
expect a bit more from
I feel as though
Jarvan
it's
sitting up there
partially
the whole
because
time.
he got 2 corrupting pots, and he has gone. Does he have precision? You can't see it from just looking at his stuff, can you? But
He
you
has
can. He does
Conqueror.
have precision. So he has Time Warp Tonic, which that definitely improves that corrupting potion, and he's going to use that last
Time
charge.
Warp Tonic no longer behaves the way it used to. It doesn't actually give you extra XP. It just makes you faster and gives you it fast. Your potion, you get half of the potion benefit. And
90
the initial
cal per
cap.
net, misses the Janna, so not any trade on the bot side. Lethal Temple proc in the mid lane.
This Kai'Sa going aggressive onto the brand. And the Caitlyn saves the day with a well-placed trap.
Oh, Ignite used in the mid lane. Flash forward from the side of Verniv and gets another solo kill. Which is really, really
Another?
good. Yeah. Well, I mean, from this game and last game.
Okay, TP coming back in. Holding gold card. Ooh. Holding the gold card.
The Shyvana's looking to turn around to gank, and this could be very, very bad. Does get the kill.
And does
Oh.
escape.
Does he escape? He does indeed.
Some stuff going on bot lane. The Jarvan coming in.
Jarvan is here. Cleanse used from the Kai'Sa. Kaylee Torres takes the kill. Tornado barely just as short. Calm it down. And that's a 1 for 0 in the bot lane and a 1 for none in the mid lane after returning to lane. But Hot Honey on this Azir gets a little bit low and maybe has to back again.
Darius using teleport and flash.
Oh! W missed from the Kai'Sa not securing this kill. And Flash is traded from both the 80 carries. Unfortunate mistake there. But
Jarvan
lost of Summoner's
backing.
Bone.
Jarvan and Shyvana both backing. No, Shyvana's not backing. Shyvana's looking for a free kill on this Kai'Sa.
Which I don't think he'll get.
No. Is the Shyvana gonna go for Drake? No.
No, I don't. Unless she starts at full HP, Shyvana's Dragon Take is fantastic.
But it got buffed. Shyvana does 10% extra damage. Her
She
extra
does
damage
extra
to
damage, but it's still terrible for some reason.
Yeah. Shyvana is not Udyr.
Anyway, yeah. So there's a BF sword on the side of the Kai'Sa in comparison to a pickaxe for the side of this Caitlyn, a CS lead, a little bit of a CS lead. CS lead in mid lane, and this Darius is doing what a Darius does and is kind of bullying out this Ornn with a significant early game gold lead at the 6.5 minute mark.
This Darius has been reasonably well executed given all the top pressure, not dying and still generating a CS lead. I mean, that's what Darius can do.
And it looks like it's a Jorm's Fist coming out from the Darius to start with that Ruby Crystal and
No, that's a Phage guarding component too.
You are correct. I don't play top lane.
That's kind of obvious. You messed up the gunfight.
Oh dear,
I'm
it
gonna
has
make
been.
fun of you endlessly for not knowing top lane components.
I just don't. I don't think I've ever built Black Cleaver before. I'm gonna be honest.
Have you built a Triforce?
Probably not.
Okay. I guess you get a pass on.
I don't. Yeah, I don't build it on Ezreal. I always go for the Frozen Gauntlet. No, I don't think I've ever built a Phage.
Never built a Phage.
I d- ha- what champions would I play that have Phage in their kits?
Top laners. Most top laners actually end up picking Phage at some point, like any bruiser. Really.
I might have played Riven
Shyvana
one
is
time,
soloing the dragon. Which
and
we
that's a
sort of
Cloudrek, which gives her some bonus armor.
yeah,
That's what
bonus armor and MR. You get like what is it, 5 free?
Let's see. We're gonna. Oh, and she used ulti for it. 20% damage more to dragons. 5
You
armor.
use ulti to leave.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
which
TF
is-
ultimate used in the mid lane.
The Azir is caught.
Maybe with the slows, possibly.
Yeah, the Azir is caught, and Yi carry picks up the kill.
That's a
Or
kill
an
on
ultimate being
Shyvana.
used.
Or an ultimate used. Interesting.
And kills
Solo
the
kill.
Darius.
Let's go! Oh wait, hold on. Oh,
Hey.
bias, my bad. I'll take that one.
Ooh.
And that's an
Kai'Sa.
ultimate onto the. That's a cataclysm, and that's a lot of advances on the bounces. Wow, on the brand ultimate pyroclasm, and nearly chunks out all three
Yeah,
Azir,
chunks-
and Grayley. But it doesn't stop them from wanting to take some turret plates and get a little bit greedy for gold. But that's 2 kills onto this Kai'Sa, and now she's ahead and is over 1k gold up over the Caitlyn, and is about 15-20 CS ahead, and we'll get that turret plate to give themselves some extra gold. And this TF
There's
is rotated bot side,
Yeah, and he didn't come in to interrupt the basing either.
so he kind of just spent some time after he pushed up the wave, and a
Didn't
little bit of
do
counter
anything.
jungling coming out from the Shyvana. Zilla's gonna spot it out and help his jungler out with a couple of camps. But the Shyvana has done fairly well in this early game. Got herself to a dragon by herself, and looks like she is going Blood Razor from what it looks like to start. With the double daggers.
Yeah, is that a Blood Razor? A
I believe
Tiamat?
that's Blood and a Tiamat buy.
Not sure what that is.
We from where I come from, we call that the confusion. Good
What?
trading from Hot Honey. Oh, ultimate used. Shurima Shurima comes out, but there's certainly no shuffle there. Flash used from the side of Vernev, but traded lots of health traded both ways.
The Shyvana is here,
Shyvana's
and
here.
jumps on Hot Honey, and the Caitlyn picks
The
up a
Caitlyn
kill with
ulti.
a well-placed ulti. Jarvan jumps on this Caitlyn, but gets nailed by the brand.
Oh, failed ulti. Oh, Flash doesn't get the Q to go onto the Caitlyn like they wanted. Stopwatch is used from
Caitlyn
multiple
gets the
sides.
kill.
Caitlyn gets a kill and a shutdown onto the.
And the
The
Janna
Janna gets away. I think.
escape. Because Janna has like ridiculous MS.
I told her to cook coin. I feel pretty smart now. Anyways, that's a very, very poor trade for the side of wasted potential. And let's Nerdy Pandas.
Wait,
enter
did
the
that
pool.
Janna not upgrade her coin?
No.
Oh, okay. If you upgrade coin, you get more gold. So upgrade coin. It gives you tons more gold.
Yeah, I don't control my players sometimes. It's unlucky. They make their own decisions. They're independent. I trust them.
Okay. Well,
They are higher ranked for me and on the team. For a
Yeah.
reason.
you still.
We'll see how it goes. Sunfire Cape completed for this orange, so making the Darius' life even harder.
Yes, this Darius appears to be building a Triforce, but the Darius
Oh.
does have a significant CS.
Is he trying to move? I see. No, wait. I don't know what that item is.
Which
Wait.
item?
Sapphire Crystal and Dagger. That's not an item, is it?
No, it's the components
two-
for Stinger
okay.
and Sheen.
I was gonna say it's the components of Stinger and Sheen, not that had me
No.
boggled for a second. I'm like, there's an item.
This Shyvana appears to be.
Anyways, the Shyvana's kind of sitting topside, maybe looking for an Orin to overstep, which I don't think he will. And mention to make Caitlyn has an Infinity Edge, which makes her damage dump.
Yes, this Caitlyn has an Infinity Edge, which is a lot of damage.
And
Kaisa-
gold is now even.
Horn kills the Darius. Darius flashes. This Darius was a bit too aggro, I believe. He died under tower. Without minions, so. Ooh. Eucarius here takes out the Jarvan. This Kaisa caught and Vision Lord picks up a kill. 2-0ing, and the Shyvana is working on the dragon yet again.
And that's a team fight for the side of Nerdy Pandas, and this gold lead is slowly expanding more and more. And this,
Yes, gold lead and dragon lead.
but my whole thing is that the side of Waste of Potential scales, in my eyes, pretty well. And this Darius being 2 kills down, I mean, not really that far behind in gold. In fact,
No,
pretty even in gold,
he's
realistically.
up, Yeah.
But Darius doesn't necessarily have as good a team fight as Ornn does. Shyvana, unless she's getting these auto attacks down, this Jarvan's going to be a better utility champion. And this TF can make moves around the
The Shyvana does have to get the auto attacks in, but Shyvana ult is a good engage tool. And
But it's just a kind of a disruption. I wouldn't call it necessarily a hard engage.
no, it's not hard engage. I mean, I guess you could call it soft.
Yeah, the only hard engage this team has is like a flash apprehend from Darius or something.
Or gold card
or
with
gold card. Trinity Force
Brand has
completed.
done, but it takes a lot of setup.
Yeah.
Caitlyn traps, but again, you have to step up. The rotation coming down, Darius bot lane and Caitlyn Brander top lane.
Oh, Shurima shuffle in, but the Shyvana's here to match with the Dragon's Descent. There is a trading kill.
Shyvana picks up a double kill.
The Shyvana's taking up a double kill, and if that's the way things are going to go, the Shyvana's actually going to crush people later on in the game.
You know, Shyvana scales very well.
A little bit of all chat banter there.
Nicolopopopo. Looks like somebody just mashed on their keyboard.
Yeah, probably. That is the Shyvana.
This Darius, does he get caught? No.
Ooh, very intelligently placed tornado. Just not enough movement speed from the Darius to fall for it.
Fall into it. Well, you did slow the Darius, and then he didn't run into your tornado because you slowed. So, you know, bad 4D chest.
Apprehend miss from the Darius. Lots of poke damage coming down, and a little bit of it healed right back up. Assist pains coming down from the Shyvana on to the.
Eucarius here and the bot lane are going for Rift Herald, and boy, are they melting that thing.
But on the bot side, Twisted Fate uses ultimate, so it's a 3 people there, but Waste of Potential is rotating people down to the bot side instead of the top side. And the Forge Fire Cape is completed for the Ornn, his first upgraded item.
The Shyvana has the Rift Herald. Please Shyvana buy with hope. Shyvana has Titanic Hydra.
Which is a lot of additional attack damage from him. From Shyvana, which is a hurt.
Yes. It is a... And, yeah, I mean, it's in a burst, 220 extra damage in a burst.
It's It's interesting what we have here. It's another about 4K gold lead from the side of Nerdy Pandas, and they have a lot more control at this point in the game than they did last time, because this is about the point of the game where they started to fall off because this Fiora couldn't handle the Ornn in the side lane, and this Shyvana looks to be
The
chasing.
Shyvana is 1v1ing the Ornn, and definitely doing a better job of it than this Darius, but it's still being taken low.
Oh, this Ornn
But-
might trade back.
No.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of
Yikarius here has
Shyvana lasted a very long.
too much gold. All that max HP damage from the Blood Razor, and Shyvana's own max HP damage from the
Shyvana
Titanic Hydra.
still in dragon form, which is insane to me in my eyes.
It's all those auto attacks with that Blood Razor. It scales with Shyvana, scales with how many auto attacks you can make, and it took Shyvana forever to kill the Ornn. And Shyvana has really good attack speed from the Blood Razor.
And a lot of gold sitting there. I don't know if the Shyvana is 1v1able at this point without large amounts of kite. Fortunately for the side of Nerdy Pandas, if this tower does end up going down, then there's a Shuriman Temple just gonna pop right back up. The Shyvana is now split pushing.
Definitely. Shyvana is going for the Ornn.
It has ultimate up again.
The Ornn kills the Rift Herald just in time.
Which is very, very important. But the
A
Shyvana's not
dragon?
here for any fight, and she's the most fed member of the team.
Still Vision Lord with that clutch Randolph. Lots of... Caitlyn picks up a double kill. They're
And
going
this
for Dragon.
Very, very strong. This brand is very, very strong. This team is just full of damage, and I don't know if Waste Potential can match it right now.
Oh, a ton of damage. And they haven't... The Ornn... The Shyvana... The Ornn is much more valuable in a team fight than the Shyvana. Because of the CC. And Ornn is... I mean, Ornn is reasonably ahead, too.
At a very good point in the game.
Yeah. I mean, this is, you know... Ornn is really strong right here, but he's stuck, you know, trying to 1v1 a 5-1 Shyvana with Blood Razor. Really sucks for tanks. I mean, now Shyvana's putting on that armor. So... And so Grievous...
But we just gotta think about it. As this game goes...
Late,
further
the
on.
CC from Wasted Potential is going to become a bigger factor.
And... We always have Azir, a huge playmaking champion.
Yeah.
Everyone has seen the Shurima
But
shot.
also, Brand ult damage is just going to get higher and higher.
This is true. He
And
did
it
do the
only
tab-
takes one button, so it doesn't require Brand making a lot of survival.
Yeah.
Brand doesn't have to, you know, Brand can get one shot still as long as he presses one or two buttons first.
And that's the Luden's Pulse completion for the Azir. As I believe he's the only member of the team currently who got an item.
Upgradable item. Yeah, the Kai'Sa went for the Storm Razor build.
Yes. He prefers the Storm Razor build. He doesn't like tier items. I can tell you this.
You do have to like be conscientious about stacking up, otherwise they're not very good. And
Yeah.
that takes mana, so I don't really like tier items either, but I don't play any champs that really ought to use them.
And it looks like a 21-minute Baron coming up from
Yes.
the side of Nerdy Pandas. The 6 boldly
There
look good,
is-
and I don't know if Waste Potential can get there in time to contest. The Jarvan is coming over there slowly. Q over the wall. The
Blue
volcanic
team
run
slays the dragon, but the Ornn ult coming through.
Ornn coming through, but the TP is also coming through from the side
Darius
of Nerdy
misses
Pandas.
full and starts. And is there going to be a
This
team
could be the
fight?
start of a team fight. On the
No,
backside
no
of the
team
there's
fight.
Spear and
No
Jarvan.
one hits any engage at all, and there's no team fight.
And I don't think Waste Potential has the ability to siege this down.
No, they can't siege through Baron mid the entire.
But this pseudo double marksman will be able to clear out these Baron minions fairly effectively.
Janna getting bullied out by a Baron cannon. It really is sad to try to wave clear Baron minions as an enchanter. Really miserable experience.
And is something that we've not been able to spotlight very highly because Janna's Janna. Nobody likes talking about Janna. But the fact of the matter that if, per se, this Shyvana does ult in,
She'll just
Janna
get
has
knocked up
Monsoon.
or knocked back.
Janna has Monsoon. And depending on how well these Monsoons are timed from this Janna, the entire fate of a team fight could change drastically.
Definitely. But this Janna has just been getting... This Janna has been, you know, the target of the gold card or whatever in that last fight.
Yeah.
And getting CC'd before bursted out.
Bramblebest coming in for the Shyvana.
They're gonna catch Shyvana here.
The Shyvana is the highest level character in this game right now.
Level Flash and
Flash used. Guess what? That's
boom,
probably
boom.
a win in their books.
Flash used, but this Jarvan was just nailed. It's a ton of damage.
Caitlyn ulti used. Oh, Shurima Shuffle missed, and that's a kill just straight on. Misclick on the Eye of the Storm from the Janna most likely as well, which doesn't help. But looks like Wasted Potential are going to be forced into their base and are down almost 10,000 gold now.
It's an enormous amount of gold. Kind of snowballing out of control. Caitlyn is a really good siege champion.
But we have to keep on tabs. The Wasted Potential is #1 team. They have probably the best team fighting in this league. Just if they wait for this scaling,
if they're able to hit a good team fight like that one.
3-man or ultimate gets onto the Vision Lord. Vision Lord to force it down. That's a 700 gold shutdown. Unfortunately, onto the Ornn. But Flash upper hand forward from the Darius. Flash used by Ignity as well, but ultimate used brought down onto the Darius, and that's his first kill of the game.
for Brand traded, and pretty dynamic team fight.
But two
Baron
inhibs going down at least. This Baron has lasted so long, seemingly. And Wasted Potential can barely do it, and they might go down 3 inhibs in this game.
Yeah. Doesn't look like it though. Jarvan is here able to fend off the inhib for now, but are they gonna take it? No.
They're just, the level differential in this game is insane, except the top lane is from the side of Wasted Potential's up. But Grayley's down 3 levels to E-carry is here. I mean, he's also down about 75
has 200 CS compared to the Jarvan's 125. 75 CS, and that's just mod.
Yeah.
And 5 kills, I mean, Shyvana's really fed.
Shyvana's really fed.
And with all 4 dragons,
Shyvana
Shyvana has a bunch of extra armor and MR.
But here's the classic thing about Shyvana. Everyone knows about how Shyvana falls off in the late game when she's not this huge AP threat, or she's literally just a team fighting gauge and is trying to get into the backline with proper peel, and let's say the Cataclysm locks her in a spot. She can't do any of that now, can she?
No, this Shyvana will fall off if played against proper. But the Shyvana can just split push. The Shyvana hasn't showed up to team fights and has just split pushed. You know, if you have to send the Janna along with somebody else to go deal with the Shyvana, that's a win for Shyvana. Because she's just able to take 2 people out of the fight. And just the priority.
Finishing a zone, he's Hourglass now. And a Sheen purchased from the side of Shyvana, which probably goes into probably a Triforce.
Triforce. Shyvana could go Iceborne if Shyvana wants to see, but I assume it's a Triforce.
Yeah.
I mean, this Shyvana is fed.
Caitlyn,
why not get a Triforce? You'll be able to one-shot people even better when you jump in before you get, peeled off. This Caitlyn is caught.
Caitlyn just gets burst down, but maybe gets a kill in return, but doesn't. But the Kaisa gets the 700 gold shutdown, and that can bring this ball back a little bit.
Ooh, is this Jarvan going to escape? Yes, the Jarvan is not caught.
Failure to check a ward. Look at that. That's absolute possible decimation. Kaylee Taurus with the ignite does end up getting it. That's a 2 for none right now for the side of Wasted Potential. Walking forward, and maybe they get nothing more. But It's a very, very good team fight. They defend the inhibitor, and, well, this game extends a little bit longer.
Yes, the game continues on. Vision Lord setting up Vision around Baron, as his name suggests. Ooh, Brand starts on Baron, Twisted Fate and Shyvana going in. They're just burning down that Baron incredibly quickly.
Knight's Vow completed from the Jarvan to give probably this Kai'Sa a little bit more defenses for herself.
Janna shows up, but it's too late. They already took the Baron. That was just melted incredibly quickly, even without the Karen. I mean, Brand's percent max HP damage, along with, Shyvana just does massive damage at this point. Like, really.
Shyvana with the completed Bramble Vest.
Or Thornmail.
His level,
Yeah.
yes, upgraded
Shyvana
Bramble
has a
Vest.
massive level lead over everyone else.
He's level 17. The next best highest in the game is 15 by 4 different characters, but what to do at this point?
That's a really big level lead. I mean, that's a ton of stats.
That is a lot of gold worth of stats. And this game is now over 10k deficit for the side of wasted potential.
Just big gold lead. Just on objectives, I mean, they haven't really gotten a turret. Azir are putting up a turret to help stop the Baron minions, but Darius pushes in Baron minions. I mean, they start pounding on the base tower and Ornn clearing them out, but the damage is being done. Azir is prolonging this game by putting up the extra towers. Darius caught. Can they
But not
capitalize?
killed.
No, but they do proc Asterius. Darius standing too close.
But this is a third inhibitor coming down. But the inhibitors are slowly respawning for the side of waste potential. Mid lane is back up. That's a kill onto the
Twisted
Darius.
Fate caught.
Twisted Fate caught in the Cataclysm. The Ornn ulti coming across, hitting the back.
Shyvana gets onto this Janna. And Shyvana doing
and
tons of
Shyvana
damage.
flashing forward in this game, I think, is all she wrote. This Ornn doing everything he can trying to 1v1 down this Twisted Fate, but he does end up killing the Twisted Fate, but the Kai'Sa dies on the backside, and I don't think this Ornn can do everything all by himself. I think this is the game win for the side of Nerdy Pandas, finishing with a 12k gold lead. And this series is all tied up at 1 apiece.
And this will go to Game 3. So we get to do this whole thing over again.
Yep, one more time.
Let's see who's going to come out and win. I really like the strategy change from Nerdy Panda, going for a more early game centric approach and really focusing down the objectives. Hello, we are returning for Seal for the final game between Wasted Potential and Nerdy Pandas. Wasted Potential took the first game with some dramatic engages, while Nerdy Pandas was able to decisively win the second game as the game wore on through objective control and split pushing. Two pretty good games, nice even early games coming through, and then turning through the mid and late game. More mid game, really. These have been some nice games to cast. Hopefully, there've been some nice games to watch, and I look forward to a third one.
Yeah, based on the first two games here, I think we're in for a real treat for Game 3 here. Game
Yeah.
1 went to Wasted Potential. They had a fairly dominating performance. Nerdy Pandas came back in Game 2 with a nice adjustment to their comp, and they really, I think they overwhelmed Wasted Potential with all the damage coming from really every which way.
Everywhere. Yes, all their champions did tons of damage.
Yeah, and we saw it in the damage graphs after the game, and it was really just they couldn't
They could
focus down Nerdy
kill them
Pandas.
faster than Nerdy Pandas could kill them.
Yeah,
Wasted Potential bans starting to come out. Let's see what the first one is. Master Yi ban, of course.
yeah. Something
It is
tells me
Yi carry is here. I mean,
tells me
it's a
Master Yi and Gangplank are going to be permanent bans.
yeah. It's probably going to be the same bans. These teams haven't been that creative when it comes to banning things. They've kind of just done the same thing over and over again.
Well, I think you see a lot of that as respect to the different players, right?
Yeah,
Yi
this
carry
Nami
is
ban
here.
is definitely a respect ban. The Yi ban, the Gangplank ban.
Yep.
Morgana is just because Morgana is good against Gage and Wasted Potential might want to do something in lane. Talia, yeah, the same, essentially.
Yeah, so it looks like the first phase of bans really hasn't changed. We'll see what Nerdy Pandas does here. I think they triple banned support last time, so we'll see if they decide to stick with that.
Yes.
There it is.
Triple
Okay.
banning support continues.
So we saw
Caitlyn for Wasted Potential. Caitlyn has been like a contested pick, I guess. I guess it's just good.
Well, I think what you're seeing is that she scales well. She only needs about 2.5 items before she starts doing ridiculous amounts of damage.
Yes.
And so far, the team that has had Caitlyn has won both games. So
yeah.
Would like to see if
And
any adjustments.
Shyvana coming out for Nerdy Pandas. First pick.
Yeah, you know what? That's a little bit like Wasted Potential picking Jarvan in Game 2. It worked. You stick with it until it's proven to not work.
Yes. And although last time it was proven to not work, I think that was more down to the camping the Darius strategy rather than Jarvan being a bad pick.
Yeah, I think it was more just.
And Sivir.
Sivir. Now that's an interesting pick. That is going to put a lot of pressure on the bot lane because you're just never going to outpush Sivir.
Yeah.
So
I think that's just I don't want to play the laning phase against a good Kate, so I'm just not going to.
Now there's Shen. I believe that's a Wasted Potential specialty in the top lane there. I think that's his most played champion in the top lane so far this season.
Nerdy Pandas should pick Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser into Shen is the least fun matchup. It's one of the most one-sided matchups possible in this game. It is incredibly unfun as the Shen.
Oh.
Mordekaiser just kills you, and if you try to ult away, you get condemned to the Shadow Realm, and you have to duel Darius into the Shen. It's a mistake, I believe.
Alright, so we see another adjustment coming out with Wasted Potential picking up the Lux. Interested to see.
Is that a Lux mid or a Lux support?
Not sure. We're going to have to see which way that
it's
goes.
It's a flex pick. It's like the first flex pick of the series.
Yeah. Oh,
and the brand ban coming out from
Wasted Potential wants nothing to do with that brand, and I don't blame them.
No, I do not blame them at all. That was punishing.
And the
Darius, just tons of damage.
Yeah, the Darius pick in the top lane again for Nerdy Pandas just makes too much sense. He wasn't super effective early, like he never really got a lead.
The Jarvan did just sit on his lane the whole time, so he's not really. You're not really supposed to be super effective.
Yeah, he absorbed a
An
ton of
Olaf
pressure
ban.
and stayed a force to be reckoned with throughout the game. So I like that pick for them. I think that I don't see a reason to change that. Oh, the Respect Twisted Fate ban.
Fate ban. That makes sense. I mean, Twisted Fate was able to roam around. Also, Twisted Fate can match the Shen. Vel'Koz coming out from Nerdy Pandas.
Oh, I like Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz is one of my specialty
But Lux
champions.
into Vel'Koz is a really good matchup for Lux because she can execute her combo faster.
And
Ooh,
it kind of,
Yana.
yeah, that's we'll talk about that once we get into the spectator delay. I have thoughts on the Lux Vel'Koz matchup. Um, Kiana being hovered here.
Kiana into Vel'Koz. I mean, it goes one of two ways really quickly. But usually the Kiana just slams the Vel'Koz into a wall and kills him. A Zac coming out for wasted potential. Is it going to be picked? It's some nice hard engage and big disruption. But it certainly Zac's objective taking potential really does leave a lot to be desired, and Shyvana might be able to pull off some invade against the Zac. I would have liked to see an Udyr here, potentially from wasted potential, or another strong 1v1 jungler. Udyr just beat Shyvana at almost all stages of the game, unless he has a gold lead against him of a pretty large degree. And Zed coming out for
Wow.
Nerdy Panda.
So that's
Double
a
mate. The both mages are bot lane.
yeah. So that's
Zed
probably
Kiana. Talk about a volatile matchup.
support Lux and support Vel'Koz. Okay.
They're going for the Nerdy Pandas is going for the full let's just shove the wave strategy. I mean Vel'Koz Sivir. I mean that's an enormous amount of they will be able to just vaporize that wave.
Greatest enemy.
I really do like those comps. Seem to have mid lane is going to be super volatile. So I think the winner of the game might be whoever gets their assassin fed faster.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. If Zed or Kiana gets ahead, they are just insufferable to deal with. So I think that's a
Kiana, that's a good team fight ultimate. You know,
yeah, and
that's
she's really good about fighting in the jungle. Obviously, with her ult leading to a lot of big stuns. So Nerdy
Kiana,
Pandas,
Zac roaming around together could be just devastating.
yeah,
I mean, that's like perma CC.
Nerdy Pandas are going to have to be really smart about where they pick their fights so that they don't just get womboed to death there. And we saw
Yeah.
Wasted Potential execute their wombo combo comp in game one very effectively as the game went
Wait.
on.
Well, Nerdy Pandas has a bit of a wombo combo of their own if they're able to like land a Darius pull into a Vel'Koz ultimate or something like that. But they are less reliant on hitting combo. They're going drafting more strong solo champions.
But I mean, that worked for Nerdy Pandas last time.
And
They went with strong lanes that had a lot of damage from a lot of different sources. They have
everyone looks to be going to the normal lanes so far.
and they have that same kind of philosophy here. So it'll be very interesting to see um, if Wasted Potential can make the adjustment to deal with all the damage they have.
Lots of AD from Nerdy Pandas, but I mean the Vel'Koz does enough AP damage and true damage that I mean I do see the Shen or Zac potentially just getting melted. I mean they have a Vel'Koz and a Darius and a Sivir. They have plenty of like tank melt potential there. Along with if the Shyvana goes Blood Razor again. But I mean both teams have drafted plenty of damage. Regular summoners,
Yeah,
mirror summoners
so far looks like what we expected. Um, bot lane for Nerdy Pandas is going to be able to shove lane at will between Sivir and Vel'Koz.
Yeah. They should be able to negate playing against a D2 AD carry by just not playing the lane. Let's just shove it into their tower over
Yeah,
and over
like
and
Caitlyn and
over
Lux,
again.
they're not going to have trouble farming under the
Clearing the
tower,
wave?
but they're never going to have
Yeah,
priority.
no.
At least,
Well, no one has priority over a Sivir. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
Sivir can just shove the wave endlessly until she runs out of mana.
so
But
I would like to see Nerdy Pandas here use that priority to pick up some early objectives or roams, because they're
yes,
going to be the first to get unleashed from the bot lane. So they're going to have the first opportunity to try to gank mid or go to a dragon or
yes.
assist
No,
Shyvana with an
Nerdy
invade.
Pandas should have the prio necessary unless Zed dies to Kiana really early. They should have the prio necessary to take the dragon. I mean, Sivir and Vel'Koz can just shove a cannon wave and then go take the dragon. A1, are you here?
I am here.
Welcome back. We have, looks like, quite the game on our hands here. We have just been discussing the comps and the draft strategies here. So, yeah, we are excited for this game 3.
I am excited as well. Excited at the fact that I hopefully didn't in draft this time.
Draft does not look to be inted. Both comps look pretty solid, to be honest. Although I do think picking the Darius into the Shen is actually a mistake.
Yeah. He lost that last
Mordekaiser
time.
into Shen is way, way better than Darius into Shen.
And
It's
it's not like
what
they
is it?
have. It's not like they have AP either instead of Vel'Koz.
No, the Darius should have been Mordekaiser. We'll stand by that. And it's not like Mordekaiser is hard to play either. It's not like you could be like, oh,
He
I
honestly,
screwed up my two mechanics.
he's a very contested pick in this division, from what I've found. Where both of the other top laners in semifinals, TTU, Phoenix, and Tuba, both have extensive Mordekaiser experience. And let's just say that we are banning Mordekaiser against either of them. I don't care, because both times we lost to them, it was because of Mordekaiser.
Yes. I have played a lot of Mordekaiser too, and it tends to work out pretty well in these games because you simply can't be collapsed upon if you get ahead in lane.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's just kind of, it's an immunity to a part of the game that's necessary to like balance it. I mean, Mordekaiser ult is fundamentally like, I mean, it's an intentionally broken mechanic.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of like Shen ult in a way, just being able to teleport across the whole map and, shield an ally. But Mordekaiser's kit is still pretty good for 1v1ing. Shen's
Wait,
is,
what happens if Shen is in his ult, like channeling his ulti, and Mordekaiser ultis him while he's in his ulti?
Shen ult is cancelled.
That is. Wow.
Yeah, that's why it's a hard counter.
Ooh, I didn't realize that. I never thought about it. That's a spicy
Mordekaiser
interaction
has
there.
a 61% solo queue win rate against Shen for mostly that reason. And the fact that Shen can't leave tower at post 6. Mordekaiser just
I'm just interested in how this mid lane matchup is going to go, because
yes.
Kiana and Zed, two assassins, one more team fight oriented, one just looking to solo kill you. In lane, I feel like Verniv is going to look to just solo kill Kiana over and over again. And once he gets out of lane and starts roaming around, looks for this Caitlyn.
Yeah. No, whoever gets the first kill mid lane, I mean, that might be, that's the critical snowball point, I believe, for that game. Like, I believe once, one of the mid laners is fed enough to one-shot the other one.
I personally feel as though this game's entire crutch is on the junglers. This game will be decided wherever they jungles go. I say this because, especially the Zac pick. The Zac pick manages to get onto this back line and just blows them up, or gets the team to blow them up, or just disrupts them from doing any damage, because the Sivir and this Vel'Koz are going to be the majority of this team's damage.
Yeah.
Damage.
Zed, Shyvana, and Darius are no slouches for damage either, but it's more single target. So they pause the game.
All
Okay,
right.
Lily.
What's wrong? Oh,
We got a disconnect from Kiana. All right, Twitch chat. While we got the while we have the pause going on, let us know who you think's going to win in chat with the hashtag WP win or NP win. Let's see what the fans are voting here.
let's go. The Caitlyn has fleet footwork, while the Sivir has lethal tempo. Ignites, conquer from the Shyvana, grasp, conquer from the Darius. Okay. Yeah, the runes you would basically expect. I mean, AD carry runes are a bit versatile. Most AD carries can kind of use all 3 AD carry runes.
Oh, I was gonna say wait, Conqueror, but hold on a second.
Spells are missed by Vel'Koz and Lux narrowly, but nothing happens.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm so nervous.
Both junglers seem to be setting up for their red buff. Zack's animation is funny. It's the pink Zack chroma, is it not?
Yes.
I wish I had a pink Zack chroma.
There's the pink, the orange, and the
Yeah, Zack
yellow.
is such a good chroma champion. His like skins are basically chromas too. So
Yeah. Pool party's just light blue. Secret weapon just purple.
yeah, Zack's
SKT is
champion.
just red.
Yeah. Yeah, Zack. The difference between Skin Zack and Chroma Zack is the Shyvana starting by soloing the red buff. Darius sitting in the bush. Not sure why. He's there in lane.
What
The
scares me?
Shyvana is able to clear the first buff pretty healthily, and appears to be. Is that a level 2 gank from the Shyvana coming out, or is it a blue buff steal?
Blue
Oh,
buff
it's
steal, would think. Or it's a level 2 gank, supposedly. But Shen typically
The
doesn't
Shen is
burn
way
back.
too far up. The
Doesn't
Shen
burn
is
his
taken
flash.
low. Shen is pretty low, so the Darius might just try to, use the HP advantage. So Zack is able to get his camps. Is Zack going to try to invade the Shyvana? Yeah, looks like it. If Zack gets caught here by the Shyvana, he's dead, but Shyvana's doing Krug. The Sivir spell shield, yeah. Sivir spell shield is nice. Essentially nothing happening in bot lane. The Shyvana is backing, but
Did the exact same thing last game to get an early machete.
yeah, but the Zack has a farm advantage. He stolen the Shyvana's buff, but I assume the Shyvana is going to go and steal the Zack's buff because Zack is just not there. He's not going to get there, and he can't 1v1 the Shyvana. And Zack's scuttle is just awful, so he has to hit it. Zack going, yeah, I think Zack's taking his Raptors.
The Shyvana doesn't. I don't think they had any vision on the fact that
Yeah,
Zack has baited, so he might get it. Zack might get his entire blue side as well as part of.
yeah. That'd be really nice for the Zack.
And it would put the
Set the
Shyvana
Shyvana behind.
severely behind. But Flash was burned in the mid lane by Honey in an earlier exchange.
The Darius is just keeping the Shen low and pushed in. Shyvana is level 4.
I don't get that. She literally.
Lane. She got minion XP. She
that-
ganked.
That upsets me. I genuinely, my personal opinion is that junglers should not get experience from lane minion. at all.
Junglers will then need a lot more jungle XP then. Oh, Shyvana coming in for a gank. And they escape, actually.
Possible getting cut top side from the Zac. Flash away from the Darius.
The Darius maybe could have 1v2'd. But he doesn't have 6 yet, he probably can't.
I think he didn't go for it because he was on top of the Zac hotspot. For the the elastic slingshot.
The Shen taken low and forced to back.
How does
Zac
TP get back to late?
Shen keeping back in, Zac coming in again.
Oh, good interrupt from the Darius. But I still believe this is going to be first blood for the Shen or the Zac.
The Zac takes first blood.
Good capitalization of a burnt flash from just moments ago.
Both mid laners are level 6. There could be a lot of action here. But so
Depends
far,
on how Zac
nothing.
It all depends on how Zac positions himself. I mean, not Zac, Zed.
Yeah, if Zed doesn't make a positioning mistake, he could be really lethal
If
here.
Zed stands anywhere close to a wall, then it's might as well.
Potentially, yeah, potentially getting one shot.
I don't think he gets one shot by the Kiana, but
No, they need lethality before they one-shot each other.
the Zed does win in the AD department, considering he has longsword to Kiana's corrupting potion.
Zed is
But
being able to take lane priority.
A potential ultimate into the turret, though, from Kiana could do it.
Shyvana.
The red side.
The Shen is pushed in. If this Shen could get nailed here.
Something I really dislike is the fact that even though she got 3 buffed, this Shyvana isn't behind really at all.
It's
Like, she's
because
down
the Shyvana
two,
is stealing lane XP by ganking over and over again, and the Shen is forced to back up and thus doesn't get any.
And that's the part about jungle that I really heavily dislike, because catch-up experience exists, and I think you should be punished heavily as a team for letting your jungler
get invaded. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the season 10 changes though are going to reduce the XP you get from the jungle, and you're going to actually steal more.
Oh, Grayley does get the kill, but Vernev does get a kill first on
Trading kill.
to it, and the Moby boots, in comparison to the lethality item, and
The Kiana going for early Mobies, but this Shyvana is gonna get buff stolen again. Zac able to steal the buff.
yet again.
Zac is 2 levels ahead though, so the Shyvana is being punished.
Which I don't know how close she is to 6. Both flashes used by both bottom laners from the side of Dirty Pandas, and a good gank from Grayley again.
This Shyvana is just being bodied out by the Zac.
And this is what happens to Shyvana when she doesn't get access, or easy access to camps like she did last game.
Yeah. Shyvana needs to get a million farm.
That 200 CS was mandatory to get to the point of the game where she was, and now Shyvana's kind of sitting bot side to maybe
Not doing anything. Yeah, wasting time. This Zed though, if he... Are they gonna do Dragon? They could do Dragon here because they're backing. Or are they gonna try to kill the...
I don't think they're comfortable enough because they don't know where Waste Potential's bot lane is. They can assume that they backed. They can't be so sure, and Nerdy Panda's bot lane is just backed.
The Shyvana should set Tread. Yeah, the Shyvana's gonna... No. If I was Shyvana, I'd totally go for that Drake, but...
Gonna pull it out, uses
Ooh, Shen kills the Darius under
kill.
power.
Shen using that taunt, absolutely decimating him, and just
Yeah,
lack of
you can't
respect
chase it.
from the side of Sticks and Crones, and is not having a good series.
No.
His Darius in the last game wasn't all that great, except for the fact he did avoid some early game pressure.
Which is kind of similar this game, but yeah, just not really able to the Darius.
But this indicates to me that Shen can 1v1 Darius, and that's not good in a side lane. If Shen is the
No,
person,
that's really bad.
if Shen is the person with push in a side lane and can join fights by walking over instead of having to burn the ulti every time, that is
Yeah.
significantly better. Because oh, possible kill in the bot lane. Oh, stopwatch used. Another one down. Both ultis traded from both supports. And that kill is going over to Zingy. A very, very good bot lane trade. A lot of good plays from both sides. Supports 80 carries from both sides.
Yeah,
But
they were all
Caesarius-
really low at the end, but
Caesarius takes
clutch Lux
the
binding.
death. The clutch Lux binding. A very good stopwatch from Vision Lord to keep himself alive. Or else I think that's a 2-for-0. Possibly. Zilla possibly caught out here. Just this taunt onto the Shen. Ultimate down.
Ooh, it's a 3v2 though.
Supreme display of talent hits 3. Hot Honey running away. Flash from Zilla. Do they all get away? The Q miss. The E does land, but can Shyvana get the chase down? Shen ulting towards the Shyvana towards the Kiana to make sure she lives. And with Zilla overstepping, both him and Hot Honey get away at the cost of pretty much Sticks and Kron's flash. Ye carries here's flash. Vernev's ignite, but they now get priority on the Drake, and the Kiana has to back. So it's a 2v3.
Rift Herald, not a Drake.
Yes, my bad. Oh, apprehend misses from the Darius.
The Shyvana is walking away. They're just abandoning the Rift.
They don't feel comfortable enough because they know this Kiana is coming back up and is catching a little bit up, and the Shen's going to clear this control ward and possibly reestablish some dominant top lane. Zed backs and completes his Duskblade, a very strong item point, while this Kiana is still stuck on just a singular serrated dirt.
Yeah.
Big damage coming out from the Caitlyn with this BF sword and pickaxe. Looks like it's going to be an Essence Reaver to start from a Sivir, which is, I feel like, pretty typical.
Yes, Sivers start Essence Reaver, or at least they ought to. Essence Reaver, i.e. Phantom Dancer. It's the Sivir build. You really ought not to deviate.
Level disadvantage on the side for Hot Honey, and Vernev looking for some sort of trade. Forces Honey to go the long way around.
Ooh.
From Eucarius here. Ultimate used. And the pop from Zed's Deathmark does end up killing Hot Honey. And now it looks like Darius is really trying to do something here and just oversteps so much. That was very... I don't understand what he was trying to do.
That was
not
bad. I don't really have anything else to say about it.
That was just poor.
No reason to die there. It's giving away needless gold.
Zed roaming down bot, but he doesn't have a death mark to try to kill anybody. He doesn't have Ignite or Flash Up. This, if Zed tries to commit to a kill or something here, could go very, very poorly for him if Lux lands anything.
But he's not actually doing anything. Just like showing up.
Just walking around, putting some vision down. Teleport used by Darius in the top side. Zilla decides to dash away. Possibly gets solo killed here for a little bit of an overextension, and Zilla just gets solo killed straight up. It's that Sheen damage coming in. Caesarius pops the ultimate, gets comboed up. A very, very good. I don't know what his
comeback. I mean, just it's Darius running at somebody in 5 stacks.
I personally feel like that was a very poor play from Zilla. He definitely should have probably just backed away. In all honesty.
There's no reason to stay there and dive to Darius. This top lane has been kind of a let's overstay die lane. I bet.
He's taking an electrocute proc. Brenna looking for the ultimate now.
Ooh.
Gets another solo kill, and that's questionable emote, but we'll let it slide, I believe.
An emote? How dare they?
Pretty much. Oh, positive trade for Zillow there. Maybe not with the Q.
No, not a
Maybe no
positive
longer,
trade, because
maybe no longer
Darius.
Q there. But,
Yeah,
oh, very well played by Grayley there, and might just get soloed out here by the Zac of all people. Shen ulti coming down, Caitlyn ulti coming down, and it looks like E-Carry is here on this. Shyvana has finally overstepped a
but
little
that's
bit.
going to be
too
first
much.
tower that the Shen's giving up.
This is true. He's just been
Yeah.
hard split pushing, but because Shyvana's dead, they get a dragon and deny Shyvana some bonus stats.
It's probably worth first tower for the dragon and the kill.
Slowing down Shyvana in any regard is always good, I believe, in my opinion.
Ooh, nice silver key. Chunking up. The Zac is clearing the wards and revealing his position. This Kiana is 2 levels down,
And is pushing forward.
and this Zed now has a Phage and Ninja Tabby. So,
The Caitlyn and the Shen, and
ooh,
oh, possibly caught out here. Flash used. Or sorry, ignite used from Hot Honey, and they don't pick up the kill there.
is the Shyvana going to start? Yes,
Shyvana is starting Rift Herald.
but Darius is backing at the same time.
Could be caught out yet again if this continues. No vision
Yeah.
inside of wasted potential there, but Grayley could be there. He's coming. He's been spotted out. Unstoppable,
Yeah.
but they've just seeded Dragon. I mean, Rift
Rift
Herald.
Herald. Ooh,
Shut down. Probably Lux Q or some combination of everything to take that away. And they're going to get mid turret off of this, and that's mid turret. I think you would always take in a long game trade over a side lane.
yeah.
Really
the
gonna drop
Sivir
the
might
Rift
get
Herald.
tower here though.
Sivir might get a tower, but 2 mid lane turrets.
Ooh. Yeah, and a Rift Herald now.
17 minutes into the game. Wasted potential have a small gold lead, but this could be translated into something very, very big in the future.
Ooh,
Apprehend
Darius
the
flashes
Darius.
and misses his fall. Yeah, Vel'Koz
Rift Herald
goes to-
killed before it can reach the third turret. But
This
wasted
Zac
potential
is just
have to be
bodying out the Shyvana and giving this Caitlyn
The
this
sh-
buff.
the Shyvana getting punished for what really should have been happening last game from side of waste potential, putting resources into stopping the Shyvana, and this Shen is now split pushing Hot Honey on the chase of the Sivir, and I would think that the Sivir doesn't win that 1v1.
No, definitely not. It's just, can Hot Honey actually catch the Civ? The answer is no.
The answer is
If
no,
it's-
even with the Moby boots. But
The
they do get top lane
minion
turret.
The minion aggro removes the Moby Boot bonus. Ooh,
Zed
this
flashing.
Lux.
Oh,
And-
Vel'Koz ulti used, but was that ignite really worth the Lux? Let's think about it. Lux is not the big AP threat. She isn't building your typical solo Q Lux support. She's not building the Ludens. She's built the Ardent Sensor. So it's really expending all that really worth for killing.
The Vel'Koz ult was not worth it, but it was mostly not worth it because it missed and didn't actually deal any damage.
Yeah,
I mean,
Really,
getting
now
a
has-
kill
is
is
always
usually
okay.
worth like a summoner. Even if it is
But-
just like murdering a Lux support who's, building Ardent Sensor.
Blue buff
Then
is
it's
going
gold.
to the mid laner, Erniv. They're putting all the eggs in the Zed basket. It is Zed's job to kill this Caitlyn, and if this Caitlyn somehow survives, then guess what? This game, I feel like, is pretty much over.
Mhm.
Because this Darius, I don't think will be able to do anything in team fights at this point with the amount of peeling that this Shen and this
Yeah.
Lux and this...
He'll be able to put down a lot of damage onto this Zac or Shen, but that's not going to win you the game.
It's not. This Zac will be able to probably won the backline of Sivir and Vel'Koz.
Maybe, but if he'll at least be able to disrupt them. I mean, Zach's
Yeah,
late game kill potential does leave a lot to be desired,
but
especially if Silver builds
if
a little
Sivir is
life
if Sivir isn't the person doing DPS, the rest of the team, she relies on those ricochets. If they're not, if the rest of the team from Waste Potential isn't in line for those ricochets to hit, then Sivir's not doing damage.
No.
And of course, you always have to be aware of what we call the 500 CS Sivir win condition, where if she hits 6 items and if she's against literally any AD carry, except for maybe Kog'Maw, I would think, she wins.
Because
In theory.
Ricochet one-shots you and you're dead. Oh, well.
Zilla
Yeah.
a little bit overextended here, possibly. We're just going to run through the turret. But Vision Lord is there to clean up a little bit. Horus might have...
Zed jumping on.
Wyverna
going aggressive.
jumping onto the Kaylee Taurus yet again. Caitlyn ulti does end up killing the Zed. The Zed shutdown taken. The Sivir, the Caitlyn going forward.
Ooh.
Our last extinction shot lands onto the Sivir yet again. Flash used by the Sivir. The Zilla is still alive somehow.
Yeah, that was kind of insane. Very
You get
aggressive
to
Shen
see
play.
Zilla live, but the Shen lives in that scenario somehow. I don't understand how he got away from the Vel'Koz and the Darius. I will go back and watch that because that would have been very, very impressive. That amazes me.
Yeah,
But
I was watching the other side of the team fight, so I kind of missed it. Another dragon going down. Shyvana really does need these, and she's not getting them.
the Zac is being so crucial for Waste's potential success right now.
Yeah.
Unless
I was questioning Grayley's million Zac games before. I was like, that's a lot of Zac games, and they're coming in clutch.
the Zac play is huge here, and the Zed continually ulting this Lux, and if he's trading his life for Lux's life, you have to think Waste's potential will take that any day of the week.
Hot honey.
Well, Honey possibly
Kidding.
caught out here, but uses
Ooh, that's a lot of
Wow.
damage.
that's a lot of damage. Unluckily, just barely not timing out the death mark. And that's his 4th death of the game. And this
Yeah.
Zed is a lot of gold ahead. It's about
It's a
1800
Fed
gold,
Zed. Yes, it one-shots you. It
but it
The
can
Zed
only
also now has
one-shot,
the Black Cleaver
which gives him
and-
a little bit of tankiness.
and Armor Shred.
But Lux ain't building armor shred now, is she?
Lux?
Or, I mean, armor.
No.
I wouldn't think a Lux builds armor.
Does
Maybe
the Lux
Zone.
have Aftershock?
No,
No.
she's airy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more for the Zac and stuff. Ooh, nice.
Flash burn, but it's Zac flashing forward to get the Vel'Koz knocked up. Umbral dash used onto 16 Crons to kill him again. Hot
And
Honey
Sivir's
using
still
the
back. The Shyvana is caught in a rather funny position.
Hot Honey
They're
possibly
on
looking for
Baron.
the 1v1. Ignite ticking down. Does Verniv live? Does die.
No.
This outplay from the behind, 2 levels down. Holy Hot Honey with a big play to stop the Zed from split pushing, which would have surely been
The Shyvana gets caught
big-
and
Shyvana gets a
not
big
actually killed.
but isn't gonna die because of her unstoppable dash away.
But
Guess
the
what?
Baron is going to
The
go
Baron
down
is
here.
going down to the side of wasted potential to extend this gold lead to just about 5k. Hot Honey on the
Ooh.
backline flashes forward, gets the kill onto the Shyvana to stop the push it through the mid lane, and the Sivir walks away limping. Sivir looking to greed this Rift Scuttler, but might not get it.
Nope.
Doesn't
Shen
get it. It's gonna
steals
end up going to the Shen, and well, that could have gone a lot worse in all honesty.
Yeah, the Shen just went for the Rift Scuttler. There is this kind of Scuttle tunnel vision. That's
Yeah.
usually infectious more for junglers, where they just stare at
Yeah.
the Scuttle Crab and try.
Looking at gold distribution, junk top lane pretty even. Despite because I feel like it's all because of how much turret plating Darius got earlier on in the game.
Yeah,
Zac is up.
this
almost
Darius is up. The Darius is
3,000
up. You know,
gold.
a lot of CS, but jungle is just a huge difference. The Shyvana's behind in CS. kills,
And this
everything.
Kiana is slowly coming more and more so online, getting these
Yeah.
solo kills, a little bit of damage down, and is starting to become a little bit of a relevant factor in these team fights. And well, he might be down still about 1,000 gold. He can do something in these
Yeah.
fights now. His Kiana's team fight impact is significantly higher than Zed's.
Also, the
Zed,
Caitlyn has a huge CS lead over a Sivir.
yeah, which is
That's
insane. And also
yes.
has about a
Sivir ought to have a
2,500 gold
lead over anything.
gold lead. The entire gold lead is on the brothers of Wasted Potential, Grayley and Azingi, with about 3,000 gold ahead each, or 2.5 gold.
And that's the gold lead right there.
That's the gold lead. Is completely on those two. Apprehend lands onto the Shen. Grayley into the back line. 3v1, and gets it all. The Zed coming into the back line. Zed solo killing the Lux, but is it really worth it? Azingi getting the Shen ultimate. The Stand United coming down, and guess what? The Shen is dead too. That is a 4-for-1. Ends up killing the Caitlyn because of the turret taking damage. The Zed does get the shutdown. But
this is where Shen ult comes in handy.
4 for 2 for the side of Wasted Potential, and they still have Baron on, and I don't think Styx and Krons can do anything about it. Grayley charging on the last swing shot forward, and that's another
and they're burst it out.
ace for the side of Wasted Potential, and can be looking to get an inhib here to maybe close out this game a little bit faster than expected. Vision Lord does respawn. Caesarius is up and running. Oh, Ghostblade popped by Hot Honey, but isn't going to land any huge damage onto anybody, and they're just going to back off and reset. Hopefully looking probably for the side of Wasted Potential onto that Cloud Dragon.
Is this Shyvana going straight for the Cloud Dragon? The Shyvana should just...
The Shyvana can't really step out. There's not much vision down for the side of Wasted Potential, but you know that they're either going to camp somewhere to try to pick somebody off to make this dragon take even easier, or they're just going to go take it themselves, brute force it down, while they still have the spare enough. Well, they
Which
don't.
is, I think, what they're doing. They're just grouping as 5 and taking the objective.
Good. Grayley now has the Dead Man's Blade up and running, is 6-0-7 on this Zac, and is the only person in the game who is deathless. I don't even think his passive has been popped, I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
The levels have been evened out in the mid lane, between the two mid laners. The 6-4 and 3 Kiana actually has a higher kill participation in comparison to the Zed, let alone the Zed does have 8 of the 9 kills. But this Kiana, despite being considered behind, is doing more work in these time fights than the Zed.
Well, the Zed would have more kill participation because he participated in a higher percentage.
That's a lot of damage down onto the Zed, and the Zed is caught out. The Zed is gone, and all the damage, all the money is now gone, and Wasted Potential is now sieging down this bot lane. And
yeah, Darius gets caught and nailed.
Darius gets caught, but Sivir ulti gets him away safely. Zac up behind.
Yeah, Zac behind them. They're just forced to give up another objective. And the super minions are collecting on the top side.
Tectonic Disruption. That's what Vel'Koz's E is called. I needed to know because I've tried to call it out multiple times. I don't want to call it Vel'Koz E. Tectonic Disruption does stop Grayley from trying to engage on the backline to make the game over from there. Hot Honey does get something down. The Chilling Smite from Yi carries here to ensure that he doesn't die. He is 2 levels down in this game. He is behind in CS to a Zac, ladies and gentlemen. And that is something you don't want to be seeing from a Shyvana who's a heavy farm champion.
Yeah,
now, Shen purchasing a Warmog's armor as well. This Shen and the Zac are a very, very hard to kill front line. Hot Honey gets the ultimate onto the plays from Hot Honey, ulting the Zed into themselves. The Lux ult is going to hit 2 people. The Caitlyn ultimate coming down, hitting Vision Lord, flash forward, and the ignite from Hot Honey to secure the kill on the Darius, and just going to instantly pop the Vel'Koz. And this game looks like it could be over very, very swiftly. Wasted Potential are now up at about 9,000k gold. They look like they're going to be ending the game. They look like they're going to be taking 2 inhibitors, maybe 3, maybe looking to force it down. They're all pretty much full HP. What can they do here? Do they maybe just reset for Baron and end the game from there? Who knows?
No, they're going for that tower and probably that 3rd inhib.
They take that 3rd inhib, but this is where Sivir is strongest. this is where Sivir can come back into the game and be a relevant factor. Sivir farming three waves of super minions. Think about it. I don't know how many of you have seen the game. Kaylee Torres gets caught out, flash forward from the Zed, uses Ignite, uses ultimate, and kills it.
Dead. The Lux
But
gets killed by the Zed again.
But it's Lux. He burned Flash. He burned Ignite. He burned his ultimate. Yet again, Zed's ultimate cooldown is about 30 seconds, which isn't as low as Lux.
Prevent the enemy team from taking the Baron, though, if they
I don't think so. I really don't think so, unfortunately.
No.
Doesn't
And
matter.
the Shyvana is so far behind that the Shyvana can't really smite contest.
And in all honesty, if Shyvana comes across, and after that Unstoppable, if Shen gets this taunt, if Greeley gets a Q, if Hot Honey uses his ultimate, if the Zingy gets a trap down, it really doesn't matter. Let's see if they do try to wait out this 5 seconds for Kaylee Torres to respawn. Flash in from Yi Carriers here. Blue team has still gotten the Baron Nashor. And think about it. Lux still gets it, so they have 5 Barons. Hot Honey uses ultimate a little bit early, still gets it. QSS used from the Zed. The Hysterics Gauge used. Caitlyn ultimate almost kills him. No flash forward, but the Zac is going to go forward, trying to look for the Zed. What can he do? Zac just kind of walks forward.
Vision Lord just caught out
of position. Vision Lord is dead. It is right now a 3v5. These turrets are dying. Sivir ultimate used. This Darius just doesn't do anything. The Zed trying to walk around. Is Zingy trying to kill him? How's the GA? Zed trying to go onto the Zingy is going to do nothing, even though he's going to flash forward.
The Zac picks up yet another kill.
Zac gets another kill, and this game goes to waste of potential. This series goes to waste of potential. And GG.
Waste of Potential has a place against ABCD Esports in the final.
No. That's the other division. This is Team Tempest, and
really? Oh, what is
this is Ionia, not Shurima.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Wasted Potential will play the winner of Team Tempest versus Washed Up One Tricks, which I don't know if it's necessarily been scheduled yet, but
I don't think so.
It'll happen eventually, and that series will be interesting to watch nonetheless, because both Wasted Potential went 1-1 versus both of those teams. They were the only teams to take a game off of Wasted Potential in the regular season. A very, very impressive last game. They bounced back after game 2. Wasted Potential didn't look that great. Maybe a little bit of inting from their coach in the draft. Who knows? We'll never know. But yeah, Wasted Potential takes the series 2-1 in the third game, a very convincing fashion. Even with the Zed from ahead, the Kiana from Hot Honey eventually came online and started doing lots of work. The Zac from Greyley continues to go undefeated.
Yeah, the Zac
going
deathless. I mean, that's
Zac going deathless on a champion that has something that prevents him from death, which I don't even think procced. I'm gonna be honest.
No,
don't think it procced the entire time.
Kind of sad. It's
and
like
that is
you don't
impressive.
die ever on Scion. Like you just don't have a passive unless you die.
Yeah.
That champion is based upon, being able to run at the enemy, and then once you're dead, you keep running.
It's like Karthus, right?
But no, Scion's different than Karthus because you don't get abilities. You get 100% bonus attack speed and 100% life steal.
Yeah.
You run at the opponents and auto attack them.
Yeah. I can get somebody in here. I'll give me a second. I'll talk to them and then see who wants to come in.
Cool. That game was fun to watch. Yeah, definitely. Jungle different. Yeah. I mean, the Shyvana getting buffed early and then just the Zac being able to keep stealing the buffs. I mean, that was just kind of snowballed out of control. Like the Shyvana needs that lane priority. The Shyvana's a lot like Kindred.
I got the AD carry Azingi and And okay, well, we can pull any of them because I think they're all coming. So it doesn't really matter.
Hey, they're all coming? Is that how? One, yeah, one at a time because
We'll
it
pull
only
them one
has
at a
4
time.
slots to live with.
I don't really care who we pull. We can do them one at a time. It doesn't. Whoever you guys want. They're all raring to go, I guess. He's the one person not in there.
Oh, well.
All
Yeah,
right,
that
let's
was
grab
awesome,
grab
Zach.
Grayley. I can't move him. He's in. Is he?
Yeah.
He's in. Oh, PG. Oh, Chris. I'll tell him. Well, give me a second.
Hello.
What's going
We're
on?
here. Welcome.
What's up?
Yes.
Thanks.
You didn't get to use your Zach pass. What a tragedy.
Yeah. Way she goes.
Well,
We went into game 2 kind of just surprised and excited that our Kaiser could finally get picked. And I don't think we really discussed the draft around it because we expected it to be permabanned since game 1. Like, picking Jarvan in that scenario is fine and all, but if I'm looking for fights, Kaiser just wants to farm. So I think game 2 is just a shit show on our part completely. We were a bunch of solo queue players running around like idiots. So we deserved to lose that. And going into game 3, we were pretty confident. We knew what we did wrong. And yeah, we also didn't expect him to target ban our e-girl support. That's messed up, dude.
Yeah, that triple enchanter band over and over
Like
and
I
over
hope
again.
I hope I made a statement with the Zach that if you're gonna target ban our e-girl, we're gonna have to deal with my Zach. So
Yeah. Yes.
remember
Oh yeah.
that for
Speaking of
the
Zach,
rest of the playoffs.
I would like Zach tips as someone picking up the champion. Nunu main picking up Zach, who likes the kind of similar-ish playstyle.
I wouldn't say it's a similar play style. Zach
Well, no,
excels
not
really
re- I
hard
mean, it's still
because
like it's a heal-centric tank jungler, but
well, Zach's strong points are the fact that he can hit you from almost anywhere. So
yeah,
first back, switch, get a sweeper, go to Raptors, go to the bush beside blue. There's tons of little spots that you can fly from, and unless they're picking a whole team to avoid it, they're probably going to get hit by at least 1 or 2 of my E's. And if I hit an E, then the fights are over, as you saw.
yeah, yes. No, I've noticed the fact that Zach can kind of chain knockups, and I really like that. You can kind of knock everyone up in the team, just kind of run around. You E in, knock everyone up, and then R and knock everyone up again. Pretty fun.
Yeah, he's pretty fun. He's one of my favorite champs. I was pretty happy to
Yeah,
play him.
it's a bit like Malphite in a way. Just you know, you don't. It's not instantaneous. You have to like charge up. So you have to like charge up your ability, and it has travel time, rather significant travel time. So you kind of want to do it from hidden, but just the range on his E is huge.
Yeah.
Like, is there a wall in the game that Zach can't rank 5 E over?
I mean, I flew from their side golems to Baron at one point, so if that gives you an idea of the range.
That
Yeah,
is
I
quite
don't
a
think there's a
jump.
wall that big in like Summoner's Rift. I think he can jump over wall.
There's a few spots that they're really good that you can just barely reach. That I'm not going to disclose my secrets, but there's a couple good
I know
spots.
you can do there are a couple of the buff hides where you can move up to the buff and then jump over on someone from their own jungle behind them. It's really unlucky when that happens to you. You get nailed from your own jungle, without them having to go through the tower if you're like blue side. if you are on the side of the blue buff. I figured that went out. But yeah, just excellent Zac play.
Yeah, we kind of. I was extremely confident picking Zach, especially against their mid laner who was extremely cocky, so he's constantly pushing. So I kind of knew he would be forced to either play safer or he's gonna go for the all in and then end up inting anyways.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Well, any final thoughts here before we try to get someone else from your team in here for an interview?
No, it was a good series. GG to Nerdy Pandas. It was fun.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us. And why don't you see if maybe maybe a Zingy is a Zingy available?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
tell him to come in here.
I got it under control.
All right, see you later,
All
guys.
right. Thanks, Rayleigh.
I got it.
See you later, guys.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave because they're being stingy. So my bot lane wants to come together, just the two of them. So I'll leave. They can both join, and then you two can interview them.
Okay,
Yep.
that's fine.
Because I don't need to interview them. They're my own team.
Okay. Cool. Goodbye. Oh yes, and my internet's probably gonna get turned off in like a few minutes, so we better make this snappy.
All right, we'll try to.
Let's go!
Hey,
What's up, guys?
welcome, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in here. Congratulations on the big playoff win today.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
had real entertaining 3 games here. It was a fun game to watch and fun game to cast. So tell us a little bit about what was going on in bot lane. There was actually something kind of interesting that happened, and you guys probably noticed this, but Caitlyn was picked every single game, and every single game that Caitlyn was picked, that team won the game. What's going on with Caitlyn? What was so magical about her today?
She's OP.
Yeah, she's OP. About it. You just can't
That
beat it.
2 AD.
We knew when they
Yeah.
banned my 3 supports the first game, they were probably going to do that the next game as well. So we were going to install the Caitlyn, and that was our game plan.
Oh, very nice. Well, it seems to have worked out. You obviously you handled it well. What do you think happened in game 2 that Nerdy Pandas did that kind of caught you guys by surprise?
Probably leaving kites open. We got hyped, and we didn't really think about draft, and then we entered. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, there was A1 support made kind of a big deal about the fact that you actually got to play Kaisa and it had more or less permabanned against you. So that was we were kind of waiting for you to pop off on that, and then when Nerdy Pandas ended up winning that game, there was a sense of shock here in the caster's booth, so to speak. So props to Nerdy Pandas for being able to pull that, but obviously you guys recovered pretty well for game 3. What was your mental state like? Your team morale going into game 3?
We were hyped.
Yeah, we're pretty hyped.
We wanted to win so badly, so.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's always good to see a team, not fall apart when they run into a little bit of adversity. So that's kind of good.
Good
Yeah.
mental.
Nice. So so this series in the books. You guys moving on to the finals. I don't believe the other Ionia game has been played yet. So what are your thoughts on the remaining 2 teams, and do you have a preference on who you'd like to face?
We're probably gonna 3-0 both of them, so it doesn't really matter.
You heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. A nice bold
God.
prediction.
Yeah.
No,
Please
they were
bet
both
now.
really good when we played against them, so either of them will put up a good fight. It'll be good games for sure.
Nice. Okay. Well, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. I think we're going to wrap things up here, but it was a lot of fun
Nice
having
game.
you here, and thanks for giving us an entertaining series.
No problem, fam.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Good night.
Bye.
All right, Lightning. That was. We'll wrap up the stream here in a moment, but any closing thoughts for the evening?
Fun games to watch. I don't know. This was one of the more fun series to watch and cast.
Yeah, I personally think this is probably going to be one of the better series because from watching I'm pretty sure the pretty convincing 2-0 yesterday that some of these playoff series are going to be a little like some of these divisions are a little bit like top heavy and like seemingly there's like a top 3 like upper echelon of teams, and that
Top 3
there's
or
like
top 1 in some cases.
yeah,
Just
so
a team that's better than other teams.
it'll be really interesting to watch the rest of the playoff brackets fold out. This game, I feel like it set a really high tone for how good the playoffs can be and how close the Ionian division specifically is from top to, I guess, middle of the pack, about 4th place, because that series was a lot closer than I feel like a lot of people who had watched and paid a lot of attention to Ionia would have thought that series was going to be.
Yeah, it was a very close series. It really could have gone either way. I think going into that 3rd game, we'd seen some very high level of play from both teams. So hopefully the rest of the series are like that, and we get a lot more games that are a lot more fun to cast.
Yeah, as just an aside, who would you guys give to